Ladies, Andy.
Andy.
There's 4 girls and Andy.
Poor Andy.
Good morning, ladies. Andy.
Poor Andy. Outnumbered, just like
just laughs.
I was, and then you were.
We're gonna have to adjust our cameras because you can barely see our faces.
You're not wrong. You guys look like you got really short since last session. So, what happened that made you guys lose some height?
I'm on a diet.
I got my knees done.
You got your knees done?
Yeah.
You got them cut off, right? That sounds like a thing that somebody would say. I got my knees done.
It's from White Chicks.
Is it okay?
It's like King of the Hill.
Huh?
You know, the King of the Hill, Hank Hill's dad. You know, like, lost both my shins and now. So he walks around with stuff like.
Lost both my shins and now. All right, so here's what I think I might do going forward, and it's not because I don't want to wait for Austin, but it's because we're short on time. I don't have the time I used to. I think once 10:15. Yeah, we're not going to wait till 10:15. Once 6:15 comes around, I'm just gonna start, and I'm happy to not do that if anyone has any objections. I just think that's usually how it goes, so I think I'll just stick to that.
Let's do it.
So we'll give it 5 minutes and then see.
So I got
Hopefully
that.
he's here by then.
Oh, you could probably just start now.
Is it tools? So I got it's a roll
Games.
20.
Should be games.
Games.
And then you want. Oh, it's right here. You were really close.
I didn't even look at that. I was like,
all right.
I got into
the
all
whole thing, boys.
I got into roll 20, man.
I guess I should start it up on my device too, huh? Sign in.
You can always double up.
Yeah. All right. Next thing we got to do is close the pane on the right-hand side, which is that guy right there.
This guy?
Yep. No, the 3-bar. Sorry.
Ah.
And then on this side, we want to change to pan,
Oh, good lord.
so that you don't start like moving the map everywhere. Pan is kind of cut off. I will fix that. We're on the wrong mode. There we go. The hand of Sauron. And then you can collapse that if you wish. Another thing is I have made the taskbar automatically hide if you're not highlighting it. So if I can't reach the keyboard, but maybe Brennan can. There, if you press the F11 key on the keyboard, which is right around the corner, it'll go full screen. F11. Yay! Power of teamwork.
That castle that we were just at, was that Naratar?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Castle Naratar, yeah.
N-A-E
I just sounded it
R-Y-T-A-R.
out.
Just
I just sounded it out.
Just let your recording spell it. It does a good job at spelling.
It does. It even got Bon Bombadil's name right. Okay, so you guys know who Tom Bombadil is, right?
Tom Bombadil, no.
Major character in the Fellowship of the Ring.
I didn't read the books.
So I thought you guys knew who Tom Bombadil was. So when I chose the name Bon Bombadil, I really thought you were gonna crack up.
So I've been
It's all
watching. Rewatching Gallivant again. So I was crying, laughing. The king kills me. Freaking A.
See if it moves you to an entirely black map. Okay. Black,
Oh!
like
I
the
like
soul
where I'm
of the
going.
Dark One.
Hey, I can see. I got dark vision. Up to 60 feet.
Hey, I got dark vision.
I can see
60
these.
Alright, if you zoom out and recenter the page, I have made a
Holy.
portion of it visible to you. Alright, so a quick recap from last time we played, which was 3 weeks ago, if you can believe that. A lot of scheduling issues lately.
They would do it.
You met Bom Tombadil in the ruined civilization of humans from a few hundred years ago, maybe more. That detail was not given. A civilization destroyed by giants. Bom Tombadil just was sort of having a good time, playing his lute and hopping and skipping like a fawn who is enjoying every moment of his life. And then he ran across you. Didn't ask any questions other than
He's hating life.
who are you, basically. And then he said, yeah, I'll tell you where the high elves are. He kind of gave you some more background information on them and showed you
their hair.
They're looking for their hair.
No.
It's unfortunate.
Now they're
Chris, that's not literal hair that we're looking for.
now he's wishing that he would have told us.
Well, we don't know that yet.
Instead of
Yeah.
coming with us.
He definitely thinks they're looking for hair.
Yeah. What else? The recordings could be nothing but rolling dice.
I gotta warm 'em up, man. So I have a lot of
It's gonna be
disadvantaged rolls.
Chris shaking his dice the whole recording. I can't wait to roll. You've been rolling the whole time.
I'm gonna be rolling a lot of dice. I got a lot of disadvantaged rolls coming up here.
I'm gonna get you a heating pad for your dice so we can just. I got one right here actually.
I might be able to find the hiding.
If you're
spot.
that
Hiding is gonna be
superstitious
difficult.
about it, I'll give you a heating pad and you just keep your dice warm the
Oh,
whole
no, I'm
time.
naturally warming up. Slowly.
Okay, so the next important detail is the last one. You had an experience, I guess I could say, where you were very close to being stepped on by a very large beast that was shrouded in darkness and smelled like rotting flesh. It then disappeared off into the distance, and shortly thereafter you were beset by what you found out kind of through meta knowledge as displacer beasts. I don't know if your characters would know what displacer beasts are. That's kind of up to you to decide. Okay.
No, I wouldn't either.
I'm going to say it's a definite maybe for whether or not Austin's character knows.
I want one, though.
Displacer beast pad.
Every time you run into something, I want one of those.
I do want one of those.
Awesome.
Uh,
I'm
so-
gonna animal control this guy.
What's going to happen is, first of all, I got to fire up some somewhat interesting battle music, because we left off with you guys getting like absolutely creamed and running away, like Sir Robin style. Brave Sir Robin, run away, bravely ran away. I did not.
We're not bravely running away. We're like,
We are
oh, no.
cowering.
We're gonna drop whatever meat we have to see if they'll take the bait and run.
Tom,
that's
I
an
lied to you.
idea.
I cannot protect you from this run. I'm no longer confident.
I think running is a good idea. Let's go.
You still want to take us to the elves?
At this point, I think they're our best shot. Let's go. And he starts taking you in a different direction. And so what I'm going to do is have a modified kind of initiative here, different than we normally do. It's going to be more, not roleplay heavy, but it's going to be more cutscene-ish, like as you guys are running from creatures that are chasing you, and they have greater speed than you do, and they are cat-like. They're like panthers with these weird tentacles on them. So they may zig and zag around trees and such. So
I was gonna bring my monster manual to show you a really good picture of them. They have a really good picture in the 5.5 monster manual.
You forgot it?
Yeah.
I'll pull it up here.
They have a really cool picture
We have the
of
internet.
displacer beasts in the 5.5 monster manual. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's
that
a good
the one?
right there. No, the one in the middle almost.
Hang on,
Yeah,
it's being super laggy.
yeah, that's what they are. They're freaking awesome.
Those are cool looking things.
Oh, they're wicked.
There you go. Full screen.
I want one.
Yeah.
Not right now.
I don't think they're tameable. They have 6 legs. I forgot about that.
Oh no, I have a pretty high with.
There's cats. There's little house
Little
cats.
over there.
Yep. Animal handling of a. Ooh.
There's more than one kind of them
22.
too.
There's
There's more than one kind of displacer beast too. So that's kind of neat.
Animal handling a 22.
And
You're
lo-
kitty.
Last little housekeeping thing before we actually get going. I have done what is probably some of the most exciting prep I've ever participated in for when you guys meet the elves. So I kind of like you to meet the elves. But if you don't want to, that's fine. I have...
It's a trap.
Let's say, let's get.
No, it's not. No.
I'm good.
It is always a trap. I'm a dwarf. Who knows else?
It's just something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when if you build up some street cred with them, things can happen.
Yeah.
So
I'm still
Force
still
cred.
long-term goal trying to like build our own little guild and town and stuff. So, and I know the elves are usually pretty wealthy and stuff. So maybe
Displacer beast
they generally are.
is our guards.
literally, could you imagine like getting some and then like just raising them?
What is this here? Kitty.
That would be nuts.
All right. So let's see here. Let's roll a new initiative for the running away. Cleaner and eraser there. It will not come off without it.
And we will go with your combined.
If you need, here's a paper
initiative
towel.
bonus.
Towelette. This sounds very Davy. This sounds very Pirates of the Caribbean.
Would you like a more toilet?
Why is the rum always gone?
Yeah, right.
Okay. New initiative?
New initiative.
Come on, baby!
Whoever rolls the best.
20.
Nice.
Okay.
That's not
Plus
what I
your-
wanted to use my 20 on. No, it's
Plus,
not.
plus your.
No, I think that's a good thing to use your 20 on.
Is it?
Yeah.
So 25.
I'm gonna give Bomb advantage for being in the forest more than you guys. More
It's
time.
25. Then,
20.
right?
25, yeah, I
dexterity.
disappear.
No. Okay, can you
I'm
give
so
Bomb,
first.
which is BOM, 18
Yep.
for his initiative? That's pretty good. He's got a +7. Not teabag.
Plus, we're doing a group initiative, right?
No.
Oh, I thought we were doing group initiative. Okay, 15 then for me.
I guess I hadn't considered a group initiative.
Doothman.
Doothman, yeah. I had some.
I thought that's what you were hinting at, was that you were doing the chase scene where, like, we had one initiative, they had another.
Do you think that would work better?
Well, it's just one of those things where, depending on what the displacer beasts have, they're going to move before I move type thing, even though we consider it all at once.
Let's try this, see if it works, and if not, we'll switch to your method, because I like that idea, I just hadn't thought of it.
See, I thought that's what you said last week. Is that's what?
Oh,
you were
is it?
looking at.
What?
But maybe.
I don't remember that long
this
back.
one.
What
Yeah.
about Smirgoff?
We can give him like a +6.
17 plus 6, 23.
We'll give him a 23.
He's going below.
I think that's pretty fair. He's going below you. Apparently I need to make my initiative tractor go up to 30 because 20 is not high enough.
It's all good. We make it work.
I should have thought of that in the first place. Well,
No, because then you're going to take, the feat improved initiative, which gives you another +5. So then you have a +10.
so 35 then. Maybe I'll
25.
hook up my iPad at some point and have it at the edge of the table and just cast stuff to it, and then it will work for that sort of thing. That's an idea I've had. All right. This is not exactly the battle music I had in mind.
We need intense, cray-cray.
Yeah, this is more cinematic stuff. Okay, why is that so quiet?
It's because we're scared. Whatever you
This'll work.
Fidella's in there.
Yeah. All right. Who's first?
That would be me.
Not even.
So.
Oh, shoot. I forgot the displacers. I apologize.
Oh, they don't get a
yeah,
turn.
yeah.
We'll give them their flat roll of 18.
They don't get a turn.
Ooh, tie with bomb.
Go above bomb. I think that's the better thing to do. Because they do have a modifier, I just don't know what it is right now.
Above bomb, below smooth off?
Yep. Yeah, it'd come out that way anyway. Their initiative modifier is pretty low. Because it would come out to a 22, which is... right where it is. Oh, and
What are you using for
your
Helio last time?
minifigures?
Minifigures!
What are we using as a something, right?
We will use...
Oh, you use. I got you.
Is that,
No, I don't. It's in my car.
We will use this hobbit for the fun. Yes.
Oh, look at the area is very small.
I forgot to tell you. I got 2 lambs last week, and I decided to name them Frodo and Sam.
Love it. Love it.
They're right. Yeah,
I'm a
they're.
fan of Mary and Pippin myself,
That could be next year.
but there you go.
The spirited ones.
Yeah. So, we are currently running.
You are running. And so what I'm going to have you do is have your same initiative or your same action economy, but you don't know where the enemy is because they have multiple advantages over you. Do you need the thing?
Yeah.
So,
That or a lighter or something that I can.
I thought it was over there, but I might have.
Unless it went in here. Here it is.
Here's the.
Here it is.
Oh, okay. By the, I collected a lot of rings since
love
we
it,
last
yeah.
met.
I love it. And I was gonna say, do we have stuff in the displacer beast, or can we not? We don't even know where they are right now.
Well, we
I,
know where they are because of the fact that we have the fairy fire.
I totally didn't even think about it. Let's grab these.
You only had like 2 of them.
These little weird things. Those can be displacers. And then if I need a backup, I will use this guy
Man, that's so much easier.
and this guy as backups. Yeah, it's way easier than fiddling around.
Yeah.
If you get that little dinky thing, that's dangerous.
I think I got it at a Cabela's or something.
Some
So
bitch attacks me for and I have that on me.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause they're not gonna see that.
No,
That thing's gonna hurt.
I'm hoping that whoever breaks into this place, if ever, they grab the airsoft gun thinking it's a real one, and then they get shot by the real gun that I have around the corner.
I just take this thing.
Well, that's why I have weapons everywhere. Like, nobody wants to attack me.
what is my warcaster do again? I forget what that.
So you guys are running
You have to make sure that
towards
you
Brennan.
scream when he grabs this. You, oh, not a gun!
Or yell it loudly and aggressively and frighten the living daylights out of the guy. And then start racking the shotgun.
Oh my god!
I keep forgetting about that. I didn't use that.
Use what?
My warcaster.
Don't make me get the flamethrower.
Gives me advantage on Constitution saves, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
can maintain concentration when hit. I can use a spell as an opportunity attack. Yeah, and a spell without a free hand. Okay, which I mean I've been doing since I've been Tool Willy. Do I? We're just dipping, right?
You're going this
Oh,
way.
hell yeah.
You don't know where
So,
the enemies are.
I'm gonna go 30, and then I'm gonna use my action to dash another 30.
Okay. Let's say these spaces are 10 feet.
Okay.
For since we're kind of covering some distance here. So you'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the furthest you can go, right?
And I'm gonna
Right.
have.
If we're running, we go triple speed, don't we? Isn't that how that works?
I think you get
Not
speed
in-
and then you get your dash.
I think 5th edition it's just dash.
Yeah, I think you can do an extra 30 for dash if you use your
okay.
action.
I'm gonna treat it as a slightly modified initiative, like battle initiative. Do you want it? Oh, you used your action to dash. Okay.
Hedwig.
And you're 30?
Hedwig's...
Yeah. So Smirgov's 45, and I was thinking about that today.
Smirgov is gone.
That's not 5th edition distance. He should be 35 because of 5th edition. He's in 5.5.
Oh.
There's a couple things
So
like
he
that
gets-
that are a
he
little
gets what?
wonky, but I think I'm fine with waiving that and just going with the 45. But you guys, you're not going to get 45 according to 5th edition
No,
rules.
I'm only at 30, I think. So.
Yeah.
Or am I at 30?
Because otherwise, you should have the same movement speed as him.
My speed is 25 walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and according to 5.5, you should have 20. No, sorry. Everybody who's small has
I'm
25.
considered medium still.
Yeah, they have a different movement speed rule set for that. So, we'll just try to stick to 5th edition.
And oh yeah.
You got your bonus action.
I was gonna say I could phase step and then draw my bow and just be ready to help. Because they're
Okay,
not gonna get close enough to me.
you can do that. You'll be the same distance, and you would be ready with your weapon,
Yeah.
readying an attack for somebody who comes up on you. Do you want to do that?
I think so, and just to like give them cover.
Okay. What are you thinking? Like, oh, if I see something, I'm gonna shoot it. That
Yeah,
sort of
if I
just
see
that.
something attack, yeah.
Okay.
Try to attack them.
All right. So why don't we grab a color that's not red or blue? I guess blue's fine, maybe. Blue, black. There we go. Black for ready to action, so that we don't. Hopefully, we don't forget.
Okay.
We're gonna have to come up with a system for this. Maybe I'll get a whiteboard and write these colors down so that we can keep track of what's what. Who's next?
That would be Smirgov.
Smirgov. Okay.
I
I'm
should
guessing
get a head
he's
start 'cause I'm a dwarf.
he's
Yeah,
not.
you play as
He's probably thinking a similar thing. He's got 45 movement speed, so he can move 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a half. So he's going to be like roughly right there, because I'm doing 10-foot squares. I'm going to say he readies his attack, aiming this way. Same thing as Terran, because he wants to. Yeah, thank you. He wants to protect the member of the party who's not as fast. He just kind of uses his free action. Says, "I'm watching your 6."
Run, dwarf!
Yes, run, dwarf. Yeah, why am I Russian all of a sudden?
I walk my 25 feet. Casually.
You could make it 50 if you dash. I don't know if you want to do that, but
Why run when we can?
Don't you have your spirits around you?
Yeah, I do.
okay.
That's
What do we have for
10
big rings?
At 10 minutes.
That green one.
For 10 minutes.
That
as
came
long
off
as I
a
have
mayonnaise
concentration.
container. Yeah, if you can find these rings on any packaging, take a butter knife and use the dull side and kind of lever it off, rinse it, and bring it here.
Yeah.
They're
That's nice.
super useful.
Yeah. Are you moving?
I'm going to consider what bombs is while he's thinking.
It's not my turn yet.
Oh, it's not? Oh, it's beast.
Shoot, we
Yeah, it's beast.
totally whiffed that. My bad.
That's okay.
I don't know why I immediately jumped to Doothmer. Glad we did, though, because I forgot about those
Yeah.
fairies. What is it called again? Spirit Guardians? Okay. And then there's Fairy Fire on the Displacer Beasts.
Which are going to be coming from.
I gotta look up what Fairy Fire is one more time so that I make sure I'm not breaking the rules. Potentially with what I'm about to do.
It's a level 84 spell.
Yeah,
It turns in pink indefinitely.
that's definitely accurate. Okay. Concentration now.
So bomb has to be concentrating?
I have to concentrate on mine too.
Yeah. Following factors break concentration. Another concentration effect, damage, or incapacitated / dead.
If I am hit and stuff like that, causing damage, I think I have to roll
It's a
I think
concentration
it's,
saving throw.
Concentration saving throw of a DC 10 if damage is
Yep.
under 10, and then if damage is over 10, I have to roll
Up to a
that-
maximum of 30.
up to, yeah. I have to roll the damage that I'm dealt.
Well, luckily we kind of got you covered a little bit. So.
That is one of the weirdest save mechanics they could have ever come up with, in my opinion. But it kind of makes sense. All right. Okay, so I was trying to figure out if you can still see the fairy fire that Bomb called in. And the answer is yes. You can see 2 individuals. The rest, no.
Not yet.
So that fairy fire could be obscured from your sight by something. You're not sure. So you know of at least 2. This guy is 10 feet from Bomb, and he moves into the same square, which is now 5, within melee range.
It depends on where I'm standing, I guess, because in how close am I to Bomb Tomadil? Because if they get within 15 feet of me,
You're within 10. He's within 10.
Okay,
so if he
he's
gets
within
within 15 feet of me, he has to do a wisdom save.
You got it.
And also, if he's gonna attack Bomb, I feel like Smirgoff and I are gonna take shots at him.
Nat 20.
Not 26.
I'd be worried if it didn't.
Fail.
I need to find a new game to play.
So saving is half.
Okay. Half damn. Okay, so what do we have for max, or do you roll for it?
Oh, I rolled.
Okay.
So half would be 10. So half is 5.
5 damage. Okay. Could I borrow that tracker sheet and
Sure thing.
the green pen? It's right there. Thank you, sir.
And if it matters, it's radiant.
I'm just gonna put down the beasts in a generic numbers here.
Yeah, it's radiant.
So I'm gonna do it like, I don't know if you're interested in tracking that for me, but I'm gonna do minus whatever number, comma the next number, comma the next number, and then periodically I will just tally it up. This is kind of a shortcut for DMing.
Okay.
And we're gonna designate one as the red guy. So
Yeah, and if he attacks Bomb, I feel like Smirgoff and I would take shots at him.
okay, yep, that would add up. So go ahead and make your attack roll.
Good thing is he's fairy fired, so
Okay.
Smirgoff. Does Smirgoff get 2?
I think he gets 2. Where did my die go? Oh.
24?
That should hit.
Oh, so close.
Ah! I'm not tall enough.
See if I can reach you with this.
Thank you. It's my... Not my lucky die, but it's my die that I like. Yay! You are my savior. Alright.
Give me a display.
I need to find a place to put that chair. Okay, his second attack is looking much nicer. I know it's a pretty decent modifier, and I'm going to say he hits Displacer Beast with his second attack. Light crossbow, D6, is that right?
Yep, I got 8 on him.
D6 plus 5 and that because of his dexterity.
So he does 10 damage to red, and you do
8.
8.
Sweet
Sweet.
is 10.
Uh-huh. Yep. Sweet. You haven't killed it yet. But that's some good damage. Some good damage. All right. So that's the 2 reactions done,
Yes.
and that's Doothmer's. Is your spell a reaction on you? I don't think
No.
so. Okay.
No, it's just what happens. I'm concentrating as long as I am able to concentrate. The spell's in effect.
Sounds good.
Is the other one doing anything?
No, it used all of its action economy to get within your sight, actually. Next, you see one pop up here, still covered in fairy fire. You see another one on a tree limb. I'm going to say this guy is within 3/4 cover.
God damn, they glanced.
This guy is on the ground,
No, they're gonna be fast.
and you don't know where the last one is. So to recap real quick, this guy no cover. This guy 3/4 cover because he's on a branch amidst a bunch of foliage. This guy, no cover, no cover, no cover. So we might want, let's grab that lime ring. That'll help me remember. Sweet. And that'll be the reminder that he has cover. So 3/4 cover means that his AC is harder. So if you want to attack him, it's going to be a higher AC. I gotta look it up real quick, but it's not that hard.
3/4 cover is large, I think.
Yep, it is. +5 bonus to AC. And dex saves. So, consider that when you make the attack. It's going to be a lot harder to land on that guy.
Yeah.
Good news for you. As far as you know, there are no ranged attacks from these creatures. That drops their turn, moves on to the next turn.
They used range last time.
Sort of. They have an
It was
extended
like
melee.
Yeah.
They have a, well, I can't.
It was like a 15 or 20 foot.
Yeah, it's considerable.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's unnecessarily close. Also, I was rolling his attack and I got distracted, so I'm glad we were talking about this. So the problem is he's got multi-attack. Okay, makes 2 attacks. Okay. +6, so that's an 11, and that one is a 16. Oh, 16 hits. Bomb, okay. And it was the tentacle attack. 2d6 +4. Let's go bomb. Okay, 7 + 6. 15 damage to bomb.
Okay.
So, I guess I can mark that on here, I suppose. Where's my pencil?
Oh, you got his thing.
I made a character sheet for him because I figured he might stick around for a while. So don't let him die. If you can.
Oh, he's gonna be the person we feed. These guys.
Okay.
I can't. I told him I would protect him. I can't. We had a nice little thing the night before, so.
Who is next in the
So
initiative?
that would be Doothmere.
Doothmer, okay.
Isn't it,
Your turn.
Isn't it his? I thought he was right after.
Oh, yeah, Bomb. I'm sorry.
Oh, Bomb, okay. So Bomb is going to react in the colloquial sense, not in the action economy sense. And he is going to cast Vicious Mockery on the one that attacked him.
Nice.
Vicious Mockery, so it's vocal, instantaneous, 60 feet, 1 action. Okay. Choose a creature you see. If it hears you, it must pass a wisdom save or take 1d4 psychic and have disadvantage on its next attack. He's going to upcast this to... He can cast up to level 5. He's going to do it at... He's going to do it at 1. Or, yeah, let's do it at 1. Why not? So that will increase it to 2d4. And give you a little insight on why I'm doing it this way. If he can cause disadvantage on the next attack, he can run away without disengaging, and there will be disadvantage on him, and he'll have done damage to it at the same time. So wisdom save from the Displacer Beast comes out to 15 plus 1. That's a 16 to beat a... That might pass. Spell saves a 14. Bummer.
Save.
So he saves. Shoot. Well, that's a bummer. That kind of ruins that plan. So he is going to continue his plan even though it didn't work. The vicious laugh or mockery doesn't come out as the it comes out as the and he
I did teach him everything he knows.
Attack misses, so he's fine. That's only 5 feet of movement so far. Make that a 10. Math. You can go up to 60 feet. So he's going to move up to here, actually.
Yep.
And get closer to you guys. And yell to you encouragingly, Doothmer. Who's next?
So it would be just
Faster! I'm going as fast as my new legs take me.
You know, he burned a spell, unfortunately. Otherwise, he would use a spell to help you.
I don't need no help. Us dwarves are great at running.
very dangerous over short distance.
If you can get close enough, he can cast Bless on you his next turn.
Also, you can get us inside of your little
20,
guiding.
40, 10, 20. So right here's my normal action. I'm just trying to look here.
Okay, you're now all
Before
within
I
30
dash.
feet, so that...
Before I dash. So I'm probably going to dash because I can't cast anything while I have this up. So there's that.
It's okay if you have to leave the ring behind. Yeah, that's gonna work.
Watch out. Okay, so I'm right there, and we are.
I like
all
us
encased.
staying close, yeah.
Okay.
And then, is that your turn?
Yes. I used all my.
Hedwig's gonna
heal.
save his help action for whatever animal gets close.
Ah, okay. That's a good call. All right. Does that bring us back to you?
It brings us back to me.
Okay.
Sar.
Sor. Nar.
Run away!
Does Crisp know Australian accents?
Australian.
Nar.
Me?
I'm going to just move.
It's banana granola my sister
Oh.
made for me.
I'm just
Good
gonna move
stuff.
my regular 30. And I'm going to hold my action for I'm thinking I can either hold it for because Hedwig can perform touch spells, but it has to be with my action, correct? That's what we decided?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hold my action for Hedwig. For Hedwig's turn.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, that works. It sounds weird on paper, but it works out mathematically. So, cool. Smirgoff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Come, you big ranging bastard.
He technically looks like right there. It's kind of hard to show. Okay. He's going to...
Run away!
No.
Oh, hell.
He's one of our strongest in this fight right now.
Trying to determine what target... I think he'd go for the injured one.
He probably would.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna just do a survival check for him to see what kind of things he might know. Because I don't want to sell him short. This is kind of what I do for NPCs. If I'm like, oh, I don't know if they would understand this. Okay, he's got a 15. That's really good. Okay, here's what Smirgoff is thinking. I've fought wolves before. You kill a wolf, it goes down, the pack turns on the wolf, right? Let's do that. And so he sort of with his free action, he says, kill that one and attacks this one. So red guy is his target. So he's going to make 4 attacks.
4 attacks, yeah.
And then he will use his movement after that.
God, DC equals 10 or half the damage.
Those 2 fail. We got a 12 and a 14, and he's got a...
I thought he had like a +6 or
6 or
+8.
7. I think it's 6 or 7.
Oh, come on. The suspense is building. There we go. Crossbow light, +9. Okay, so both of those hit.
Did that one that was a 7? Or was it a 9? I can't
It
remember.
would have hit too. So he's got 3 hits.
Jesus.
I
Plus
underestimated
9?
his
His
modifier.
Yeah. He's got plus 9.
And it should be 1d8 actually.
Jesus.
So he's. I think the sum of this is a little bit of the bleed over of 5.5, but that's fine.
Ooh.
Okay, that could be better. 13 plus another 12, so 25. 25 damage. That's not too bad. I kind of enjoy rolling more publicly than privately. Okay. I'm surprised at how much I enjoy that. Could we put a red one on this guy? I think now is the time.
How's he looking?
Not great. Let's see. He's got 13, 23, and then another 25.
Yep.
Too short of 50, 48. So 48. He's still pretty healthy. And you would kind of be able to discern that. Roll, what's your passive insight?
13.
This is something I like to do. It's different than your passive perception.
Mine are
13?
both 13.
I'm guessing yours is pretty good. Okay. I think yours is probably going to be the best then. Your insight is saying, look, this thing's healthy, but it's our best shot. Let's take it down. That's what you would glean from the situation. It's okay to run away. It's okay to run away. But that's kind of like you have the facts of the matter, and you're like, this guy's going to die.
You barely scratched him. Run.
Chooses to lie.
Right? Well, no, it's the truth. He's still healthy.
So that
Well,
was...
this is true, yeah.
So that's the beast's turn if Smirgov has nothing else.
Okay.
Does he still have movement that he wants to do?
Thank you. 10, 20, 30. He can't dash. He could go 2 more. 1.5 more, I mean. He's hesitant to do so. He wants to stay closer to Doothmer.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, Doothmer, first of all, Doothmer has the thing. Second of all, Doothmer is his friend, so he's not abandoning his friend.
I have a bunch of fairy friends
You do.
that are helping me right now.
Okay, Beast's turn, huh?
And the beasts are going to concentrate on you guys up top. The 2 below might try to hit us, but...
Not close enough to attack. Same deal.
He's within 20.
This guy is able to get there within 10
Wisdom
feet. Okay. 11 plus 1. 12.
Fail.
Okay.
Okay. 14. Radiant.
I don't know why that was so hard for me to comprehend. Make that guy number 3. Number 3 takes 13 damage.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's fine. It's really helpful to have you write that for me. Otherwise, it's too much.
Got it.
Okay, this guy is going to pounce on Smirnoff. So get rid of that. They're now in the same square, and he is going to pounce and make his attack at the same time. Ooh, that is awful.
For rolls or for Smirnoff?
Sorry, for rolls, only 1 hits. Sorry,
Specify.
Yeah, that was kind of vague. Sorry.
I was like, for who?
Let's see. Damage is. There we go. Plus 4, 10 damage to Smirgov. And then I think there's something else. So he's at 36. He might be lower from last session, but I don't know, so I'm going to run with 36. Oh. Nope, that's it. It's the rend attack that does something different. Okay.
So did he? Is that one's turn?
That's that one's turn.
Any others that you want to do?
This one's gonna come up and attack you, Smirnoff.
Okay.
Terran. Sorry, wrong name.
Say it. Let's say it.
Not great. That would be a 14.
That's a miss.
Okay. And then a
So that is bitch.
25.
That will hit. Yeah. I was thinking about casting shield.
Excuse me.
That one will hit. Okay. 8 damage, and you are knocked prone.
Oh!
Which means that next
Half
turn
movement
you'll have to
speed.
use half movement to get
That's
back
fine.
up. Yeah.
That's fine. That doesn't bother my plan.
I don't know. In my book, I think you could probably face step back into standing position just fine.
I was gonna use half and then face step.
Ah.
Because face step is what, 30? Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be fine.
Okay.
Youthmare.
Yeah.
No, this guy.
Bomb. Sorry. Bomb.
He's not hurt by that.
Bomb diggity.
He is the bomb diggity. He wants to be the bomb.com, but he's not done that great so far. He's going to do
6:55. My Annalise is calling at 6:55, which is 8:55 Eastern time. She's drunk as shit. So my Annalise is the alcoholic of the family, and she's also 80.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
7 years old.
Still going strong, huh?
Oh God, this woman is severely pickled. I mean, she drinks like every day. She drinks multiple bottles of wine. Yeah. So usually when she gets like this, or usually when she calls like this late at night, it's be like, I've been talking to you.
That's funny.
It's like, thanks, Elise. Yes, I miss you too. Stop drunk dialing me. Love you too. I'll see you soon.
Okay. Bomb is going to move within 30 feet of all of you. And then he's going to cast Bless. So his 3 allies now, you guys, have... whenever a target makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, you being the target, they can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to their attack roll or saving throw. So attack rolls or saving throws, you get a d20 and a d4 and add them together. You can't add them together to get a nat 20. You still have to get a nat 20 on the d20 to crit. He's going to do it at first level. And he says, "Blessing be upon you," or something like that. Something bard-like.
So 1d4 to all attack rolls.
Be blessed. That's what he does. Yeah, add a d4 to your attack rolls and your saving throws for a minute. So this will be 10 rounds. So it's kind of either until you
I
die
like it.
or until we get bored and we go home.
Okay. That's not gonna happen, but sound good.
This is gonna be fun.
Now I think you're next, right?
Yep.
How far are they from me?
15, 10, 20.
They're 20, right?
10, 15, and this one's 15 as well.
Okay.
So they both make saving throws, right?
Yeah, they should have when they entered. I was wondering, so I thought they were 20.
They can do it now.
Because if they were 20, I was going to take 5 steps. I was going to take 5.
I'm pretty sure this guy
movement
did
speed
already.
towards them. No, this guy did.
Oops.
This guy did originally.
They both rolled 2.
But
so
every time you go back into it, or you start in it, every turn you have to roll.
how much damage would you like to do to them?
They both failed.
Yeah. Seriously bad. They both got a 2.
I'm sure you would like to do max
I can't.
Let's see how well you can persuade me by rolling dice.
20.
Wow.
That's a huge roll on 3 die 8.
Okay, they both are still up. So that's 1 and 2.
776 on that. That's a huge die 3 die 8 roll. Okay, so now I'm going to proceed to go my 50. 10,
All right, now that you're blessed, do you feel blessed?
10, 20, 30, 40. Saving
Assist
throw.
me up.
Saving throw.
Okay, I'll do it.
Because they enter my my domain.
I'm thinking that's probably a success. Dirty 20, 19.
Yep. So half damage on both them, which is going to be 12, 17, so 9.
Okay,
On
so
each
that's
one of them.
4 and 5 both take 9 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna go 5 foot this way to put them within 15, make them do a saving throw, then dash 45 feet this way.
That's a good idea.
But every time, so no matter if I move into them or whatnot, they have to, when they get within my 15-foot radius, anything that gets within my 15-foot radius that's not designated the people that I said could be within my 15-foot radius takes damage.
So did you already use your action?
Yeah. Yep.
I have bad
moving.
news. You can't see them anymore.
Yep. Fairy fire's gone.
Fairy Fire's gone because Bomb's concentration got broken.
That messes with my plan.
We can see blurs though.
You can kind of see little visages that you're like, that's a displacer beat. Wait, no, that's not where he was a second ago. Because
now
they
this
can
is-
project their image to be off of them.
This
So-
is where it gets fun.
Mm-hmm.
This is where it gets difficult.
This is where
for
it
us,
gets
but
really hard for me because now I can't remember where they were.
This gets difficult for all of us because people are taking damage. People are, the saying goes, they get within 15 foot whether they're projected or not. My fairies attack.
And this is here's a suggestion for me. You feel free to let it go. I had in mind for running that when they disappear, because you wouldn't know where they are, you probably wouldn't waste time shooting them, that we would then move on to the next map. So I have another portion of this map for you. Given if you like the idea that you're like, let's book it,
Yeah.
like drop initiative and run to the next map, where we then pick initiative back up and you're in a new part of the forest.
Which is fine.
I mean, I'm
My-
down to run.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
depending on how far the run is, I can hold concentration the whole time, and my spirit guardians are good for 10 minutes.
All right. Would
So this whole thing went for about a minute.
Yep, that's accurate. All right. Would you slide the map over a little bit? It should be. It's not a huge amount that's revealed yet.
So you want us down here?
Yep, and I think now that we're on a bigger map, I'll move us back to 5 feet because otherwise you guys are kind of giants.
Diggity.
I'll reveal more when you get there.
Well, we all booked it, so we'll just.
And we'll just take the ring conditions away probably. How long does you said your
10 minutes, as long as I'm concentrating. It's
'Kay.
10 minutes. So depending on how long it took us to book it to here. And
Well,
I
we
can
could ask
dash-
the dice.
I can dash and run. I can
Couldn't have been
dash,
that
run,
long,
and everything like that.
Yeah, let's take 3 die 4, roll them, and see what it says. It's
Okay.
pretty reasonable, right? Let's say
I'll
you
take
get
that.
you get a moment to run.
3 die 4 minus 2.
So you have passed 5 minutes.
So I'd say about 6 minutes since I
fair.
cast.
Yeah, that sounds great.
So there's 4 minutes left.
4 minutes left. Okay. For sure, Fairy Fire would be gone too. It only lasts a minute. Oh shoot, your Bless is gone. Dang it. Oh,
Bless-
I
Bless
burned
would be
Bless.
gone.
That's okay. That's okay. He'll get another chance to do it. Okay. So who's first in initiative against Smirov?
It would
No, Terran.
It would be me.
It's Terran. Okay, Terran goes. We'll just keep the same roll.
I'm just gonna do my normal.
Move 30 feet.
Yeah.
And do you want to follow the path?
Yeah.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
Okay. And I'm gonna hold my action for head whip again.
That was right at the microphone. I'm very sorry to whoever was listening. Hold your action. Got it. No face up this time?
No face that.
He face steps over here into the darkness.
Which I might as well just reveal, I guess. There's no point in keeping it secret.
Oh man, if you would turn, we would went straight through.
Can I see what that is over there? Or is that it?
It's kind of not added by me, so it could exist, but it's not much of anything other than a burnt out campfire.
Okay. Just making sure. Are they scared of fire? I don't know if they're scared of fire.
With these hands, I create fire. Oh wait, I'm not a wizard.
Can you put fire on your hammer?
I can't put
Put
fire.
light on his hammer.
I put light, or I put stuff like that. I did radiant, which is not necessarily fire, but
Smirgov's going to do another survival check to see if he can figure it out. He got a 10, so he's not sure if they're afraid of fire.
Yeah, dispel magic.
no, not yet. Well, actually, I do, but I don't have it.
He goes here, so he still has a view of what's going on.
Is their displacement stuff magical?
Yes.
I'm not sure if it is.
Yeah.
I'm not
think
sure
so.
if it is.
Not that it matters.
I thought
You
it
don't
was.
have it.
I know the lore behind how it works, but it's not a spell.
Yeah.
It's
They were born this way, hey.
Yeah.
They were born this way.
But even if it's magical, yeah.
They are displacer beasts, baby. They were born this way. They displace this way. Whoever's watching just went, oh my god. Who just went gaga?
okay. Is that
Oh,
Beasts next?
Yes.
Okay.
Beasts.
all right? You still can't see them. Oh, I totally forgot the reason I moved you to this map. Okay, forget what I was saying,
You
guys.
hit this tripwire and you need to move back here.
Please forgive me. Can I just have you guys do a acrobatics check for me? As the area you've moved into has difficult terrain, and I want to see how good you are at covering this terrain.
Right on.
22.
22.
Typical
Pass.
dwarf fashion. Dexterity save?
No! Oh, Smirgov, I thought you were better than this.
His dexterity is probably...
Shoot, he got a 6. Homer.
Oh, he did better than me. 5. I'm a dwarf in freaking chainmail, man.
Okay.
I'm not very dexterous.
Alright, so what this means is...
Dexterous.
Sorry, thank you for bearing with me as I remembered what I was going to do from like 2 weeks ago. Okay, Bomb did terribly as well. Smirgov, you think that... Or Terran, I keep calling you Smirgov. Terran, you think that your friends are right behind you, and you turn around and you see that they have gotten stuck on a downed tree with vines crawling all over it. And as you look carefully, you notice that the vines are kind of moving a little bit.
Okay.
How do you react?
I'm gonna use green flame blade and attack the vines.
Okay, you run back and
Start chopping the vines.
go ahead and make an attack roll. Let's see how successful that could be.
This could be fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of freelancing an
Net
idea
20.
here. Okay, slice, chop, and it's green flame, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the vines erupt in fire, and you see assassin vines retreating into the darkness, exposing the bare wood of the tree. And you encourage your friends, come on, let's go.
And your friends catch on fire and die. No!
Roll new characters.
Yeah,
All
right.
your characters. Got mine right here. Let's go.
Because of an ad 20.
And she is
All your
fancy.
friends died.
Yeah,
Your
right.
friends die.
Like, well,
I'm not sure how to feel about this. This is about happy and sad.
Guess this is a solo mission now.
Yep. Well, Chris, it was nice having you.
Right?
You're welcome to stay or tune into live stream. Okay. So now I'll have you guys roll for me a d6. Just one of them.
Die 6.
Just a d6. I need somebody to roll for me on the table, basically.
1.
Okay.
We both rolled a 1?
I kind of meant one person roll, but that works just fine.
We both
because they
rolled
both get the
okay,
same
we'll
thing.
take the average,
So-
so 1/2.
So 2.
It's not
Okay.
the average, but-
You move a little bit further, and this time you come across a slope that's very muddy, and there are lots of rocks in it. This is going to be another difficult terrain. I need you to do another acrobatics check to see how well you get through it.
12.
Whew.
Oof.
You know I'm getting through an 8.
Smirgov got... What's his modifier? He got a 22. So Smirgov clambers up on all fours and hopes that you will follow by his example. And Bomb just sort of kind of hops up like a goat does between the rocks.
Not nice.
And he gets to the top just fine. You two get covered in mud and slip and fall as you're trying to clamber up it. You can try again, but you hear the sounds of the displacer beasts getting closer
Oh, I'm
behind you.
definitely trying again.
You get up there and throw
Oh,
me
it's
a rope.
even worse. I got 10 on that one.
Got a 10.
Dwarf gets there before you do, Mr. Dexterity. This is going to be funny.
Uh-huh.
14.
You slip and fall again.
So
That's
close.
a high DC for that.
Uh-huh. Now,
That's going to be really difficult for me because I have a +0.
you have a little you have a little more time left. If you do a perception check, you might be able to find a way around. It's going to take you longer, and you might run into one of the beasts, but you can try.
Fine, it's more fun.
Well, I didn't perceive anything. I think I'm just panicked right now. I'm like, I know
that makes
something's
more
behind
fun.
me, and I'm like freaking out trying to get up.
I'm not worried. I still have concentration. I still have concentration on that.
You like jerky? It's teriyaki flavored.
Not hurt.
It's half okay.
Let's see.
Jerky if you want some.
Teriyaki flavor.
Mm-hmm. Teriyaki.
We have to go around. That means I have to do more walking, which means I'm out. So,
Means he's got to sleep more later.
right? Oh,
Can I play dead?
can I play?
You know, that's an option. You could if you want.
Hell no, I don't want them to eat you. Yeah.
Remember what I said about being covered in mud?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I'm trying to calm down a little bit. And I'm gonna... And I can't tell how close they are.
Nope, you just know they're coming.
Is there any kind of cover around? Or any kind of like...
Yeah, it's hard to describe. There's some bushes off the side of the path.
Problem is like, Smirgoff and Bomb already made it, so it's like... I don't want...
Hey, throw the short-legged guy a rope.
Huh?
Assist. Dang you.
That's true.
We get advantage.
Can they assist?
Mm-hmm.
Let's try one more
Rope
time.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
He throws a rope. And everything
A
like
rope
that.
falls on the ground. Quickly!
You grab the rope. Now, would it be
Roll with advantage.
strength or would it
And do strength.
There we go.
Oh, I definitely got it.
Yeah, I do too. 19 plus
19 plus
Wow.
1. 20. Dirty. Dirty 20.
I got 19 plus 8.
Alright, you two nimbly get up this time. Quick! Quick, we must move quickly! And Bomb takes it upon himself to wrap up the rope as he's got the highest movement speed. Okay. Just 1d6 roll this time from either of you.
6.
In front of you now lies a stagnant pond. It's still.
Nope.
There is a coating of algae on top
Throw a
of it.
rock in there.
Do I see any
We're
eyes?
talking like really small pond here. No eyes. No. Get that out of your head. It's nothing like that. There's no Froggemoth in here.
That was probably one of my favorite fights. That was a fun one.
That was a fun session.
Trust me.
Across the pond.
Don't tell the elf.
How big is it?
We'll say it's about 15 feet across. I'm talking really small.
Can I go around?
You could.
I think it almost is begging us to go around. So
I'm looking for a decisive statement on what you want to do. Valid.
I'm gonna walk through. Screw it.
Perception.
It's a soft, silty bottom. You can feel it. Your feet only sink like about yay far. And once you get to the center of it, you realize that if you were to kneel, you'd be covered in the water.
But nothing else is happening?
Correct. You don't feel any objects down here in this water. It's a very small body of water. It's not enough to hold anything of serious size. But it could hide you guys. And it has algae on top of it, so there's obstructions to vision.
Dwarves can hold their breath.
I don't think you give your dwarven kind enough credit. If an elf can do it, well, a dwarf dare not.
So how far does it go on him? You said kneel and he'd be under?
I'd
Yeah.
be,
That means
Comes up to his
how
shoulder.
tall are you?
Taller than you.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
6 feet.
So I'm 4'8". If he's 6 foot, that
Get
means
on my
it'd be
back.
above my head.
Get
Yeah,
on
but
my
you
back.
don't have to go into the middle of it.
That's true.
It's a gentle slope down.
True.
Yeah, I say we get in.
I say I can't swim because I have chainmail on. So, although I'm strong enough to wear the chainmail, I'm not strong enough to swim in it.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
I say we get in.
I can walk in, but I'm gonna need assistance.
I'll help you. I'm already in, I guess, though. Maybe Smeargoff or Bomb.
Yeah, I'm gonna need assistance to stay above the water.
Bomb will stick with you because his hooves aren't great in soft soil, but he can help you with this.
Yeah.
All right, everybody do a stealth check. Don't worry, it's going to be really easy.
You say that.
You say that, but I have to roll with disadvantage because I'm in chainmail.
7.
Pass.
5.
Pass. That was the DC.
5 was?
Yep, that was the DC. That's why I said it was easy.
That's why I said I had to roll with disadvantage. Anything less than a 5, it's 75% chance pass.
Okay,
Still, I had a big time failure rate.
I'll take a little liberty. Correct me if you want it to go differently. But you guys settle down into this slightly cold body of water. I'm not saying you're shivering. I'm saying you're after you get out, you're gonna be like, oh, let's dry off.
I'm sure it feels good after running.
It also is because it's stagnant. It's full of algae. Like your hair kind of gets a little gross and on this. But as you're in there, you can hear the padded footsteps of large cat-like animals going around the water and moving off into the distance and leaving the forest in silence.
I want to play Marco Polo.
I'm trying to think if they get, if I still have my spirit guardians, if they got within 15 foot, they did get hit. Unless I dismiss the spell. I should probably dismiss the spell.
They're gone now. But
say I should probably dismiss the spell because if they did get within 15 foot, we don't want them to know that we're there. We're trying to hide. So
Yeah.
Well, if you were close to the middle, that's 15 feet across in the lake. They would.
Well, that'd
aim
be
in the
7
water.
foot, 7.5 feet each way. So they would have.
This is what I used. I came up with this on a lunch break.
Oh, nice.
I just thought we'll roll, we'll see what happens, and it was an idea I came up with. So
when we went into the water, I still had my spirit guardian. So if there's anything in the water, it has to do with wisdom saving, even fish.
you kill a couple mosquitoes
Love it.
Kill
and
some
a
fish.
little frog.
Oh yeah, we need that.
That's
Oh,
disgusting.
Bring all the fish and frogs. Whoa, holy dead. Hey, frog isn't bad. I've had frog. I'm good. Tastes like chicken.
Mom, what do you think? Do we need to keep moving?
And he reflects back on what time it is, and it's like later afternoon now. And remember, you guys have been in the dark, and this is just because of the environment you're in, not because of what time it is.
Yeah.
And he says, I would feel much safer if we kept moving. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. We won't see anything different. But let's not go where they went. I'll take us a different path.
I think that is smart to use.
Might take us out of the dark parts of the woods. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been here.
How do you know which way they went?
Well,
I couldn't see.
but I
Don't mind the dwarf.
I heard that.
They were displacing. Adam, displacement.
Oh, Chris.
The idea of displacement.
Yeah, it hasn't even been thought of yet. Archimedes isn't alive. Hasn't been alive yet. Let me think for a second. Okay, so he says, look, I can see footprints on the other side of the pond. Good news, they have turned and they're going a different direction. So, follow me. We should be much more careful this time. And so he tells you he wants to go at half pace so that you can be more quiet, because this is obviously really something dangerous. And he also tells you gather around for a moment. And he uses his 5th level spell to cast Mass Cure Wounds. So I don't know how much damage y'all have taken.
I'm at 29 out of 45.
Okay.
I have taken 0.
So he's going to roll a 3d8
I did
plus
all the damage. I didn't take any.
6. I think it's... Yep, plus 6. So... it could have been better. So 8 plus 3, 11, 15 is what he has available to give out to everybody.
15 per person?
Total. He can only distribute 15. So you can split it between you guys. How are you doing again?
I'm fine.
You're fine. Smirgov is at 36 of 46, and you're at...
29 of 45.
Okay, so you should just take the 15.
Okay.
He says, my apologies, Smirgov,
I rolled like shit.
let me see what I can muster.
I'm too weak.
And he rolls Cure Wounds at level 2 and is able to do 6 plus 6. Oh, 12.
You're much better.
Oh, yeah. Now Smirgov's at full health. Sweet.
You want me to show you
How
how
are
it's done
you?
in the pros?
Now, are you at full now?
I'm at 44. I'm fine.
Okay. Sweet.
I'll show you how we do it in the pros here. Let me show you how to heal.
I might have to save the honeyed treat for myself this evening.
That's fine.
Otherwise, I will have no ability to cast spells. Though I doubt I'll find a place where I can play my lute as critical.
Oh, play away. I'm not screwed. Nah,
Something tells me that's a bad idea. What you thinking, Tara?
Oh, nothing. For that.
people that hear us and know that we're making noise know that we're people not to mess with.
For that one that was injured, I was about to throw everything in the kitchen sink at it. I was gonna have Hedwig perform Shocking Grasp, but upcasted, and then I was gonna face step into him, attack him twice, action surge, attack him with a cantrip, and then
Then he
back
was
over.
going to animal handle before he died and take him as a pet. And then I was going to heal him.
I was literally gonna throw everything at that.
Then we would have had a black displacer beast and a black dragon as friends.
You need to find a way to call your dragon.
Yeah,
You haven't seen the dragon in a long
we
time.
haven't seen her, Phoebe.
Fifi's doing her thing.
She is.
She's not too happy with us right now. I don't know why.
Could have had something to do with the last encounter you had with her.
I healed her ass.
Yeah, that's true.
Not my fault that she wanted to go swimming with the frog love.
Was that the last time we saw her?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. Well, she came in clutch.
Mm-hmm.
Came in clutch and she got healed by this guy.
You don't know, she might have died too.
Yeah.
Nah.
Nah.
No.
I don't
If-
believe it.
If the dragon was mortally wounded, the dragon would have not said no to any help.
I think they're extremely smart, so
Yeah.
I think she's fine.
And
Maybe.
arrogant.
Oh, yeah, she's fine. Yeah, arrogant. But
Yeah.
still, mortally wounded's mortally wounded. Whether
Mhm.
no matter how arrogant you are. I'm fine, it's just a flesh wound. Yeah, you dumbass, you're gonna die here. Let me heal you.
So which way are you taking us?
Over the river and through the woods.
To grandmother's house we will go.
Wherever's away from here.
Wherever the good berries.
I don't actually have a grandmother. She died a long time ago. For some reason, I just thought I had to say that.
Did she lose her hair too?
Yes, she did actually. Yeah, it was quite tragic.
That is horrible.
Okay, so while we're on the topic, let's talk about this lost heir. Remember,
Yes.
the H is silent.
The hair.
The heir.
The hair.
Yeah, the heir.
Yes. Now they can't breathe. They're losing their air too.
No, we already talked about this. They can
yes.
breathe.
Right.
No,
And their hair is fine.
their hair's fine.
Oh, I'm so confused.
But their air is not.
Do you know what an heir is? The heir to the throne.
Oh.
So very heavy.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, the one who will become king.
Yes.
Yes. The current king is dead.
Oh, long live the king.
Yes, that's in bad taste.
Just say, wait a second.
Don't say that's random.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm glad we're getting this out now.
Yes. No, the prince is missing. You see.
Oh shoot.
So,
Yes.
if by any chance you happen to know where the prince might be, which I know you don't,
Yes.
that would be wonderful.
Okay.
We might know.
We may know.
You might know. What?
He's at our
He
town.
may be somewhere in these woods.
No, he's at our town.
Oh, that young one.
Is he looking for his bride?
I hope he's still at that town. That would be awesome. I really do.
Just enjoying a mug of ale every day, waiting for you.
Yeah.
It might take us a couple months to get there, but
I still
we
have
know where he's at.
I still have his name and everything written down.
Was he an elf?
He was 20 years old and he
I don't know if we ever discerned.
Oh.
something from the Long Isles.
I wrote his name. He's from the Moonshay Isles.
The Moonshay Isles. Yeah.
Yes.
It started with a C, didn't it? I think.
It was Levi.
Oh, yeah, Levi.
Levi, who's living in Subar.
Yep.
That sounds.
He's from the Moonshay Isles. So probably not the same guy, and I think he was human. But he's looking for an elven woman in a forest somewhere that's supposedly going to become his wife.
His name was not Levi, no?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that sounds too human.
Every elf female that we run into will be like, you know, Leo,
Yeah, right.
he's looking for you.
He's looking for you. He was singing about you in the woods.
You run across an elven nunnery, and they're...
He was singing about
Are you all
need to
single?
travel
Yes!
this way.
Mom's like, no.
You need to travel.
No!
No, I do not know these people.
We send...
Yes. We will help them find their hair, and whatever they need. Yes.
I'm sure if they need their hair, they will let you know.
And I hope no long live the king. We got this.
No, just stop saying that.
Okay.
You've got the context all wrong.
Okay. I just won't say anything.
You're turning red.
That's freaking hilarious.
No long live the king.
Dude, I'm confused. Apparently they like short the reins here.
No. Say, okay, so I'll tell you what happened. What we know.
Don't get me going, man. I'm fine.
The prince was stolen when he was a child,
Okay.
and so he is not here.
Okay. Yes, I understand. Okay.
But we need him here,
Yes.
so that, well, not me, but they need him here so that he can continue the good relationship with the wyverns. I do not know what accent I've developed all of a sudden, but I have one.
So
Irish accent with the wyverns. The wyverns
these,
are gonna die.
So these wyverns don't. They only like are with the king. Like they only.
They only follow the king.
Oh,
Yes.
I see.
Yes, it is an odd relationship. I don't understand it. But
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
With the king no longer, we're going to be potentially fighting wyverns.
Let's go talk to them then. Yeah.
yes. No, they are
What's
on
the
good
prince's
terms, dwarf. They just won't fight together right now.
Does he know what the prince's name was?
I don't think I came up with a name yet, actually. Hang on a second. I will pull one out of my sheet of many names.
Dude, this is a very interesting culture.
Elves.
Joaquin.
Joaquin.
That is not very elvish.
No, it's not. Waka. Waka? No, we're not doing it.
Wiki Waka.
Wiki Waka.
We can go with my
Wiki.
We can go with my.
Can we choose a
elvish-
different name?
We can go with my elvish priest name that I use. It's Faladwin.
Faladwin?
Faladwin.
Yeah.
Faladwin? We'll go with that one. That sounds much more
my
elvish.
ranger. My ranger that I
Elvish.
use. My elvish ranger name is Turel.
Faladwin. How do you spell that?
Faladwen. Faladwin.
Prince of, and I had chosen Ashen as the name of the culture, Aschen. Ripped that off of a sci-fi I really love. There is a name for the place that you're going to, and he says, Mahalamnir is the name of the place we will go. Mahalamnir. Mahilamnir. There we go. Mahilamnir. It's
Too
a hard
many
name
big
to say.
words.
Mahilamnir.
Oh, what? Say that again.
Mahilamnir.
Okay, give me the first syllable.
Mahalimnir.
Okay, we're
Mahalamnir.
going
Mahilamnir.
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 City, town.
This is the civilization of the elves of the Ashen, yep.
So I'm just going to say we're going to Meh. Because there's no way I'm pronouncing that with my intelligence.
And as he explains this, he does a bunch of survival checks. So we're going to do 4. Alright, what do we have here?
16, 10, 11, 3.
Call that a survival check.
What, you want to be the guide?
There.
You don't know these for us.
16, 13. Oh wait, no. Hold on. Survival checks.
Pass. Decent pass. Not a pass.
20,
So-
17.
He does end up getting lost at one point along the trip, but within the better part of an hour, you are able to come out of the dark portion of the forest, and you can see that his disposition has improved significantly. He looks way happier.
My passive insight.
And-
Hey, I think you took the wrong turn.
Yes. I apologize.
I'm insightful.
You are right. I should have gone this way.
Senor, make sure you just apologize for us in advance, because we are not very diplomatic people, if you can't tell. We try.
I will speak for you.
Oh, that's very nice. But if yes, okay, I would yes, that's
I'm
fine.
not good at diplomacy. I'm very good at intimidating.
Don't worry. I have it covered, and no intimidating. You understand? No intimidating.
And not talking about hair or dead kings.
No long live the king. No, he turns to no long live the king. Understand? That would be very insulting.
Yes, no long live the king.
Long live the prince.
It's about as
who is
bad as
going to be
planting the
king.
live trees.
I remember this.
Yes.
It's the ants. We don't do that.
Yes, we don't. No, we
Sometimes you
don't.
gotta learn the hard way, though. And that ant told me the hard way, you know.
Do not make me
But
do
he was.
stuff.
It sounded like he let you live. So
He did. He had me by his grasp, and that was not fun for me.
I was laughing the whole time. I thought it was hilarious.
I'm laughing the whole time now. He's getting really comfortable now that you're into the lit up portion of the forest again. And he says, "Wait, hold on a moment. Do you hear that? Do a perception check. See if-
I might actually hear this.
Maybe Smirgoff will hear it.
it.
Perception.
Oh, Smirgoff got a 2.
18.
2 plus perception 5.
Got a 19.
You got a 7. 19. Okay, you hear it. Bear with me for just a second here. I have something in mind
Cool. Damn birds.
that I wanted to play. Oh, I can just do it on this one here. Do.
Oh, Smirgoff, you don't hear that? Open your ears.
Open your ears. What a...
Open your elven ears.
What's your elven ears here? You hear the sound of a harp in the distance. It says, "That'll be the satyrs. I'm glad we have come across them. This means we are in good lands again." And he,
B flat major?
I don't know if that's a thing. He says, "Yes."
I'm very wise to music.
And he grabs his lute and he starts playing along, and the sort of corporeal musical instruments behind him appear, and he really gets into it. And he's really playing and enjoying himself. And one of those honey treats shows up, like you said, and he takes and eats it to restore his abilities. And he says, "I should be able to do the watch myself tonight. I am feeling good right now," amidst his song. And you can see off into the distance, which is darker for a different reason now. The sun is actually going down. But you see the last rays of sun filtering through the trees, and you see a wide circle of dancing bodies encompassing a much narrower circle of dancing bodies going in opposite directions. And as you focus in your eyes, you can see that they are creatures that are very similar in shape and appearance to Bong, except they have much longer, more fancier kind of horns coming out of their heads, almost like what you would see on like an African animal rather than a goat.
Wow, I love to dance. Can I go dance with them?
Yes, they will welcome you. Put your weapons down first.
Yes. Put them away.
Uh-huh.
Should I do a performance?
Yeah, I guess you could.
Satyr? Isn't that Jewish?
So,
What is Jew?
Satyr?
I think that is satrap.
being a graceful fighter, I got 17
Ooh.
for my dancing, which would make sense because I'm light on my feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm drinking.
And I
'cause
dance
don't dance.
right with them.
A satyr maid comes up and she notices that you're alone, and she asks to have your arm and dances with you,
Yes, let us dance.
and she teaches you a dance you've never seen before.
Do I pick it up quick?
It's a little difficult because you don't have the hooved feet, and they can kind of they can really get some height with their moves, but you eventually kind of get in the groove and okay, found the rhythm. Okay, there we go, and you're able to do a really good job for being elven and not a satyr. She smiles at you and I don't know. She gives you a couple details about who she is, and she's very nice to you. As the song ends, she gestures over to a place where there is a kind of like a feast being prepared. There are several large pigs on spits roasting, with apples in their mouths, and there's large bubbling pots of soup and several barrels of ale that are lined up.
There's already under it.
There's
My kind of Seder.
There's like no tables or chairs to sit, but they sit kind of cross-legged on the ground on these very nice carpets that are laid out, and they are making merry tonight.
Yeah,
Are you Chinese door or Chinese Seders?
I tried
Japanese Seders.
I try everything, and I sit down by that Seder and just talk about whatever. Try to get to know them and their culture a little bit, and what she knows about the forest. And
They are magical creatures that usually live apart from one another, but at various times of the year, they get together and they have large celebrations like this in honor of the forest and the deities that so kindly bestow upon them all that they have to appreciate in this world. There are these little windows in their life of both reverence and utter bliss as they join in song and dance and food and drink and fine company. The older satyrs tell the young stories of their youth and explain who it is that they worship in their culture.
That is.
I want to start learning.
I'd have to look it up.
I want to start learning how to like whittle
Sorry,
a little bit.
I thought you knew I was gonna.
Oh, I'll tell you. What's that?
I said I want to start learning how to whittle a little bit so I can make like gifts for that
Ooh.
for people that I come across. So I'm gonna go into the forest and find a little piece of wood so I can try to whittle it into a leaf, something easy. Because the leaf is our guild name for our own personal little guild that we're trying to create.
That's fantastic.
So
Okay,
If you get really good with woodworking, then you can transfer that into like brass working, and you can make really valuable things. They have three. We're gonna go with this. They have three patron deities:
Okay.
Sarenrae, the goddess of redemption, healing, and joy; Coralin Larethian, the god of music, poetry, and magic, also a deity to the elves; and then Timora, the goddess of luck.
Okay, so the first one, I feel as if I might know a little bit better than any of the others, so I'm going to do a religion check, just to see what I know. No, I know nothing. 2 plus whatever.
what would I need to do to try to whittle this leaf?
Yeah, 2.
Oh,
I'm actually going to help you with that.
You are?
sweet.
I'm going to do
Probably
it
some.
without your
What kind of tools do you have on you?
I only have thieving skills.
That won't help. How about you?
Me?
Yeah, for tools.
Well, I don't have a whole lot.
I have a dagger.
I have like a writer's pack. I have an embalming kit.
You could use a dagger, but it would be more ramshackle in the result. Could you say yours again?
I have a excuse me. I have healer's kits. I have writer's packs. I have embalming kits.
Boy, those are not very
I have
helpful.
yeah, I don't have much other than that. But I bet one of the satyrs might actually have something.
So I'm gonna try to whittle 2 of them.
Here you go. There's their deities. You can keep that copy. This one's for me here.
Sweet, thank you. So I'm casting on him before he does all this fun stuff.
Cool. Because I want to give one to Bomb and one to this little lassie.
So I am actually going
What
to.
will she be called? Marisha.
I will cast. Is it the guidance? It's an ability check. So I will touch him and tell him good luck. You know, and cast guidance on him. So, you know, within the next minute, while you're whittling, you can add a die 4
and
to your ability check.
Would that be performance
I think it
as
would be.
well?
it'd probably be sleight of hand.
Ooh, I get a +8 in sleight of hand.
And not only that, but we're gonna.
Plus you get a die 4.
Plus a die 4. So 8.
You get 8 minimum.
So 16
Plus a die 4.
plus 8.
So 24. Plus a die 4.
Plus a die 4.
You can use it. You're
Okay,
gonna lose it.
add it.
30?
Add a d6.
31.
Add a d6 to your roll. As Bomb
33.
Tombadil comes up and he says, "Bardic inspiration."
So 30,
So I give you
33.
guidance, he gives you inspiration.
Dude, yeah. These are some pretty damn good little whittled leaves. And not only that, but on the back I engrave their names on the back of it, and
Do you know where I got that little tune from?
Yeah, is it from those videos?
It's from the Viva La Dirt League. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bardic inspiration.
They got the best little videos.
Oh yeah, I'm writing that in on his sheet right now. Because why not? Make a little music note right next to it. Ta-da!
Perfect. So I give them both these 2 whittled leaves as part
Wow.
of our.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
To both Bomb
Bomb
and Marisha?
Marisha, yeah.
Okay. That is very kind of you, she says. What do you want in return?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Nothing.
This is to remember us, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I will always remember you.
Fantastic.
She's very grateful. She's blushing a little bit. One thing about satyrs is they have more like hair on them than a fawn does. Fawns look more like a human. They have a lot more exposed skin. Satyrs kind of have. It's like they have really excessive arm hair, and so that's one of the differences between how they look. But apart from that, they are very similar in mannerism and in ability. And they both seem to be kind, joyful folk. Boy, what would she do in return?
Just know that if you ever come across somebody else with this leaf, you know you can trust them.
You should start doing that as like like your allies that you want to call on all have the leaf.
Yeah, that's my plan.
That could be really neat.
That is my plan.
We can imbue them all with magic, so whenever we call their name, they glow blue.
Yeah, and it's
That would be neat.
It's engraved. With,
Don't know how.
It's engraved with their name, and it says the leaf on the back. So
It has a serial number on the back.
Has a serial number. One of
0001.
Jeez, my friend, man, that's crazy.
I plan on making
My friend
999,000.
was at Rockville down in Florida. 4-day freaking rock fest.
Oh,
She's got like over 400 snaps on her snap story right now. Friggin', yeah.
wow.
I
Seems
prevail,
excessive.
man. I prevail. They're killer live. She was
Wow.
showing me some of those.
While I have this inspiration, I'm gonna try to just whittle a few more. Just to have on hand. How many would you say I could make?
oh, you could probably make like 10 of them tonight.
I'm gonna do that.
Especially with a roll of 34.
Trying to find an image that would be
Look what I did.
helpful. So I think according to most lore, satyrs are not actually a benevolent being, but I'm changing that for my game. So come on. Come on.
So when Schmeardoff falls asleep, I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy. I'm going to let the ground shake. That way it snores. What the heck's that? Well, it's him snoring. There's no what's the ground shaking? Schmeardoff snoring again. Don't mess with an elf that snores.
Wise advice. Could I have you switch over to the draw tab? You remember that one?
Draw tab. What's the draw tab?
The Google Draw?
Google Draw tab. This one?
Yep.
Oh! Google Drawings. I'm on it.
Okay, that's this is more ominous than I was expecting AI to make it. They're a lot more friendly looking than this, I would say. I think it's really pulling from medieval
Yeah,
satyr mythology.
that's cool though.
It did a good job.
Yeah,
It really looks like a real painting.
yeah,
It's got a couple errors here and there, but
that's cool.
We are not sitting on tables. What's this table doing here in the middle of the forest?
should I re-ask it to make it without tables because they said there were no tables?
Satyrs eating without tables. Around fire with roasted
Human. What?
pork. Humans fine.
Salted pork is
Salted
particularly good. I'm trying to think of what I want to do next. Okay. Do you want to pick their brain about anything?
Well, does she have a token that I could have? Just so I can. It'd be cool to collect things from her.
She has what looks a lot like a silk handkerchief that has embroidery on it, and she gives you.
Okay.
She says, "It is all I have to give."
The embroidery is of 17 on a religious of this. No.
Where could you be turning in your book to find this?
It is of the first one.
The first one? What do you mean the
Goddess of
first?
Redemption.
What was her name?
That's the embroidery. symbol.
Marisha. I almost said Miriam. Sorry. Her sister Miriam sits down and joins you. Yep.
She from Myanmar? Yes.
She's from Egypt.
And then I got something from what was his name? Snapjar.
Oh yeah.
Didn't I get a little token from him?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so I'm gonna add that to this handkerchief. Keep keepsakes.
Oh, okay. So like have a section of your pack that's of things that you collected that are meaningful.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's really nice. Okay. Well, they ask you where you are going. You know, what are you going to be doing?
We need to I don't want to speak too much about it because apparently I don't know how to not offend. These elves, they seem very high strung, but we're going to try to help them find their lost prince. I suppose is our mission now.
The Lost Prince.
Yes. Do you know anything about him?
Not very much.
Do you know possibly when he had disappeared?
It was near on 15 years ago.
15 years?
And no word.
No one's gonna know what he looks like.
No word of him since then.
No.
It's not much of a lead to go on, but
We know he is of elven kind. He is of the blood of the king.
yes.
The story is that the supposed heir when he returns can look into a bowl of water, and it will be revealed as to whether or not he is the son of the king. If he is the heir, indeed.
What would appear in this water?
How would we see it?
Is it?
I don't think you would. You're too short.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's like, how are we supposed to
Seeing
see
is
if he's the only
believing.
one- If he's the only one that can make it do whatever it does.
Or would you like me to get you a box? Would you like me to describe it to you? Or would you like me to get you a box?
There's a whole ceremony that goes along with it that verifies whether or not this person is the heir.
Okay.
So it requires a young elven man, and young could be any.
250
Well, he's at
years
least
old.
15. He's at least 15.
He's at least 15. He was kidnapped, so who knows how old he was when he was kidnapped. That part hasn't been revealed to you,
Okay.
because maybe nobody knows.
These elves that we're about to go see, they're kind, no? Or
They are kind.
apparently they get offended pretty easy.
I
What
wouldn't
about
say
their
so.
wyverns? We've had tough goings with the wyverns.
You've had tough goings with the wyverns? You've met the wyverns?
Not the ones out here.
We've met one wyvern. He was very nice.
He tried to eat our friend here.
I don't know what. The wyverns are allies to the elves, to the Ashen.
So we can't offend them because then they'll send their wyverns after us.
But apparently
We're not good.
these
at
elves
not
need
offending.
the prince to control or have this alliance with the wyverns.
Legend says that who
The-
stole him?
The heir is an important part of the relationship. He is the one who is able to speak to the wyverns.
So we're looking for a young elf
Wyvern
that
speaking.
can speak to wyverns.
And has a really cool reflection on water.
Done.
That's more than we had before.
I'm going to say it's probably somewhere in the darkness. And that's just me being really smart. 50-50. Oh,
His random rolls.
I know, right? It's just out of nowhere.
50-50 even me being
He's
right.
like, do I need to use the bathroom? 17. I do.
Number one or number two? Damn it. No.
He's like the DM. He just rolls and then doesn't tell you why he's rolling.
Can you imagine if you used dice for like almost every decision that you made in your life?
Oh
That'd
god,
be
that Big Bang Theory one?
crazy.
You watch that show?
No,
Sheldon did that.
I'm sure
He's
he
like every
did.
time he's like, yeah, I just, blah, blah, blah. He's like, what am I having tonight for dinner? I can't
That's
remember what he
funny.
said. He's like, this. He's like, nah, screw it, we're going to have a hamburger.
He's fudging the dice rolls in real life.
Well, his whole premise was to, and you guys know the show Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
I've seen clips.
His whole premise was to take mundane, everyday like decisions
Yeah.
from his brain capacity, so he can focus on his work.
I see.
So he's like, blah blah blah. Should I take a shower today? Nope. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so I can study on this.
I
and
Stuff
stuff like that. It's
Hey,
like, now
nope.
I don't have to think about what I'm gonna eat, so I know what I'm gonna eat. Oh, and I'm gonna drink that with a milkshake. Okay,
That's funny.
because he designed his own table.
That's so
He has his
nerdy.
own roll table and stuff like that he's rolling.
That's so nerdy.
It's effective.
Ugh.
just to free up his mind to do physics.
The Mauritius excuses herself and comes back with the harp and starts playing the music that we're hearing. Mainly because I want an excuse to play this awesome tune that's about to really drop.
Should I pull out my goat horn signal? I don't know how well versed I am in this tune, but
A bit of light comes from the forest as the not only like the torch bugs, or I guess that's the Skyrim version, the lightning bugs show up, but also you see the flora of the forest start to rhythmically emit light with the music that emits from the satyrs' instruments as they put on a bit of a performance for you.
That's cool.
You also also get that benefit of the full long rest without having to do anything, just because there's something to the food that you've been consuming that is quite divine, and you'll probably never experience it again, so you might as well enjoy it while you can.
maybe take that for later.
I'll put the soup in my water skin.
Can I get this to go?
I don't even ask. I'm just gonna put.
Does this
Take out?
Does this need to be refrigerated?
You guys, I never would have guessed. That's so funny.
I am totally putting some of that in my water skin for sure.
Oh, and the most important thing, they give you better directions on how to get where you're going. As Baum's not a bad lead at all, by no means, but he is a little out of his element. He's definitely traveling quite a distance across this forest, and so they have given him up-to-date information on how to avoid the darkness. But the darkness moves every day, and so you're going to have to keep your eyes peeled and be very careful, because otherwise you will run into it again, and who knows what will come out of it.
Hopefully the prince.
Hopefully the prince.
It's in the darkness.
He's just walking into the darkness. Hello? Are you in there?
Hello, prince! So,
What did they call him again? Shoot.
Oh,
Prince, Faladwen? Faladwen? Are you in there?
I'm here for a prince that's gonna be king, see?
the twist is the prince is actually that really big thing that we came across. He's just cursed.
Dang flesh golem. Cast the
Do you bring
center.
that up, that whole experience at all?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Okay. Let's say at this point, they've kind of
very
ushered you to more of like the elders of the satyrs, those that are old and gray and not dancing just because they're not as spry as they'd like to be, but they're still pretty good. And they speak to you about this. They ask you information. You know, what happened to you while you were in the darkness?
Yes. Well, naturally, it got very, very dark. Very dark. We could not see anything, and this awful smell came across us.
It was not me.
It was not Doothmer, I checked.
I checked.
Usually that's what it is, but it was not this time.
I checked.
Awful smell came
The
across.
ground shook.
Yes, so we hid. And I forgot what I saw. I don't think we really
You didn't,
saw.
other than just magical darkness, you didn't see anything.
Yeah. But we heard something.
I was prepared
right?
to.
Didn't we
You could hear the displacer beasts getting closer, and you could hear the heavy footsteps of the creature.
We didn't hear anything from the creature as he was close, because he was within 15 feet of us.
Right, he just was walking by,
Okay.
and then he turned and left.
And then the smell dissipated.
Mm-hmm. Yep, as he disappeared into the distance. Or it. It's unclear what
Yeah.
what the thing is.
Yeah, then we got attacked by these mean gatos, man. They were not very nice. They were mean and they
Gatos
were...
malos. Muy malos.
Muy malas.
But yes, that was our experience of that darkness.
It was not very fun. Next time it will.
Yeah, it was not cash money.
What is?
Is there anything you can tell me about this, or is this new information to you?
You had a close brush with what could have ended you in a moment.
Oh, it's not like it.
That thing It's hard to say what it is. Nobody has seen it. It moves about the forest, and wherever it goes, those creatures follow it.
Ah.
Those cats with the long tentacles and the ability to appear in places that they are not.
They must work for this thing or have a mutual friendship in a way.
That much is unclear. We satyrs are not much for fighters. We can fight if the need arises, but several of our people have been lost to these things.
Do not try to fight these things. We tried it and we ran right away.
The answer is to run.
Yeah.
Yes, we found that out quite quickly.
We found that out very quickly.
The only ones that have had any success are the Elven Rangers. They have saved their necks a few times.
Yes, we are experienced fighters, but we were no match for 6 of these things.
Mm-mm.
6 of them?
There were 6 of these.
6.
Yes, how we made it out alive, I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
Thank you for the water.
Clearly, whatever you did worked. You do not want to be in that situation again.
Yes, we do not know. So, thank you for the information about trying to stay away from this darkness, because no, I don't want to see those again, no.
Rightly so. If you encounter the Kenku, you must tell them of this as well.
The who?
The Kenku,
Those are those bird-like
the bird people,
folk
Oh.
up
Yeah.
there.
Oh.
the ones that can't talk. Remember that?
Okay, yeah.
They can mimic. They can do mimicry, but they can't talk.
Do you know what these elves used to take out these beasts? Was there any kind of weakness that you saw that they might have?
I believe fire works, but it is dangerous in the woods. That is not a
Nothing
good.
more dangerous than these things. So that might help.
Oh,
Don't want to burn down the place.
yeah, that's kind of the what's being implied. I guess basically the elves have some sort of magic that causes the beasts to flee, but they're not totally sure. 1 or 2 have been killed, but this is kind of beyond the satyr. This is kind of beyond the elves and way beyond the satyrs.
Okay.
There are other like good clans of folk in the forest, the Kenku, for instance, that are more warrior type that could handle this, and so the Kenku would actually be
I would like to.
maybe kind of a good alliance.
Yeah, I want to get as much information of this stuff and these creatures that I can.
The problem remains that the Kenku and the elves have not been on friendly terms for quite some time.
That's okay. We can be middlemen. We don't need to be super aligned, but we can try to get everyone on the same ground.
They are tolerated in the forest by the elves, but
What is your experience?
they're not
with
friends.
them?
They have been nothing but kind to us. They have been good to my people.
Is it more territorial, you think?
I think it is a difference in how they value life. See, the Kenku take life wherever necessary. The elves desire to preserve it. If they could see that these two views are not exclusive to one another, that then they could be friends once again. But
Both are necessary.
yes, it has been not so long since they were last friends. The king of the Ashen was not kind to the king of the Kenku.
Is it possible we might run into one on our trip to the elves?
It is quite likely. You will be traveling through their territory.
The king. So the king of the elves was hostile towards the king of the Kenku.
Yes. Yes,
But
they
yet
have a.
they're not like at war or anything like that.
No,
just-
they're. It's like they're.
They see different.
They don't see eye to eye on war. And so the elves are more. So they're fine with killing these evil things if they can, because they're intruding on the forest. But the Kenku are kind of fine with going to war with anyone
More
who.
like a Native American type tribe.
That's a good description. Yeah, like
So
The
there's
Kenku-
there's not like a disdain between the two. It's just
they don't see eye to eye, so right now they're not on speaking terms.
how long has this been going on?
As long as the air has been gone, the king sort of lost his, not composure or anything, but he lashed out in anger at those who did not help him find his son.
Being an elf, I'm gonna look into water and see if
See if you're the
yeah.
the heir.
No, my parents.
You should do that.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go try to find some water to look into.
Oh, it needs to be the bowl of water.
Oh shit! The actual bowl, like there's an
Yeah,
actual
like
bowl?
in the Ashen
Okay.
like temple or like sacred place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you think the bird people took the prince?
We're gonna find out. We're gonna talk to them for sure. But they seem more like my people. They seem like fighters. I like that.
They'd probably like you.
Oh, hell yeah. Maybe like a nice friendly duel, just for out of like respect. With you.
Just
Well-
interesting that they've been like that since the loss of the prince. So it makes me wonder they're not helping for a reason, or they're not helping because they're the ones that took them.
Well, and it could be that when that happened, the elves got pretty paranoid, maybe, and could have started pointing fingers.
How long has the darkness been here?
Better part of a year. This is a new development.
Oh, okay.
It's moving very fast.
It must be super strong.
Mm-hmm.
Can't let it go another.
Yeah,
year.
they're kind of terrified of what's going on.
So the darkness has nothing to do with the missing prince then. So it makes me wonder if, like, you know, they don't see eye to eye. They don't see eye to eye when it comes to war.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if the bird people took the prince to provoke war
I want to talk to him.
with a common
Mm-hmm.
enemy.
One more thing. Is there something that you could maybe give us that? Because we want this darkness rid of the force just like you do. But if we get in over our head and we may need some assistance, is there any way we can contact you for help if the need is dire? Do you have like a horn or a stone or something that you can
No.
in an emergency? Well, before even that, would you help us if we came to a dire?
Absolutely, we will. We would, yes.
Satyrs aren't really a big fighting class.
No.
But they could. They
They
could
would-
support.
They would lend a hand, but they're not going to be great at it.
They're
All we would
more
need-
support
I would,
class.
if we could get their support,
They'd make
because,
great medics.
I mean, that
Yeah.
one, that thing that he did for me could have helped a lot to kill that displacer beast.
The satyrs and the fawns would make great allies for support medics.
I won't.
So they would be able to charge in with medicine, quick help somebody, and then book it out of there.
I will not ask you to pick up arms. All I ask is for support.
Yeah, they're
Absolutely.
medics, they're bards, they're
Yeah.
druids.
Yes, I would want you to keep your people safe, but any support that we could get in a fight would help immensely. So, is there anything that we could have that can get your attention?
An elder woman reaches into a small leather rucksack and pulls out an ornate metal orb that is on a bronze chain. We'll say the whole thing's made of bronze. And she reaches down and she gestures that it can be opened. It can be open, kind of like a Pokeball, I guess. Is sort of what I'm envisioning. And that when that happens, it will emit great light, about 50 feet of bright light, and a loud, commanding voice speaking in Elvish will be heard by your foes, and a loud request for help will be broadcasted to anybody who might be your friend. And that broadcast for help can be heard for miles away. So anyone who is your friend, this is sort of the magical side of it. It just somehow knows how that works.
This would be dire case only.
This is Susan's horn, or from Narnia.
Yeah.
Or
this would be in dire circumstances only, because
the light of Elendil.
Yeah, because A,
Can I
they
keep
can
this?
hear it, and B, it's going to emit that much light. It's going to, well, who knows if it's going to emit light within the darkness. And
She
even if
gives it to
does,
you as a yes, to call us by. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
to call them, but also everyone else will hear. So it brings attention to us as well. So
Yeah. But remember, it's a
else.
command.
Yeah, it's
It's a
commands
command
the enemy.
to your foes to leave, or else, basically. And then to friendlies, it's not heard as a command to leave, it's heard as a cry for help. So it gives two different messages. You can only hear one of them, and you
Right.
don't know what the other one is. So it's like calling on God for a moment to shine down his light and say two things at once.
That's pretty cool.
Well,
So
one, it has to
basically
be
anybody
able
that
to intimidate. It has to, in a way, have to intimidate the things that we're trying to kill, or that are trying to kill us, or at least distract it enough for us to do something.
Basically, anybody that I give these leaves to, I'm going to consider an ally type, or I'm going to try to be an ally.
Yep.
So hopefully, would get that message.
It kind of is like referencing your memory as the holder, whoever the holder is, as so and so is an ally, so and so is an ally. That person's not an ally. That
Yeah.
one's that one's an ally. That one's an enemy.
Yeah.
It can determine that.
And me giving out a leaf is mentally stating ally.
It's about as vocal as hearing a sonic boom.
Yeah.
It travels for 50 miles. Or a thunderclap is maybe another example.
Sweet. Well, thank you very much. I think I would like to go talk to these. I already forgot what they are. What are
The Kenku?
they? The Kenku.
Kenku,
Kenku is how you spell that.
the Kenji.
You can also call them raven folk. That would be fine. Or crow folk. They wouldn't mind that. That's what they look like. I keep accidentally wanting to call them something else too. So
I say we go ahead and try to find them.
I think finding them might be more. I think finding them would be something that's a lot better than finding the elves right now.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Finding the elves is going to be something that's, if we're going to concentrate on trying to find this prince guy, I think looking elsewhere than the elves is the smart way to go. Even though the elves could give us maybe a little bit more insight into the kidnapping, I don't really think, because if they had any real information, they would have already found it.
Yeah.
So I think everything that we're going to get from the elves is just going to be speculation.
Yeah. Well.
So I think we have to come to our own conclusion. And I think that bird folk, based upon my insight, would pretty much say, hey, this is a good starting spot.
Well, thank you for all your kindness. We
you are most welcome.
shall be on our way.
I'm grateful for what information you've given us and that you have joined us in this celebration of the things that are good and of the light. let they never pass into out of remembrance.
How big are the barrels?
Also,
Too big to carry.
also, I'm going to. I'm gonna.
So
Yeah,
so
right?
so dependable.
I'm gonna show Hedwig the handkerchief so that he can remember this spot for sending, just in case.
Oh.
Because I can do it with Kinnear.
Do they?
I like it.
Do the satyrs stay in the same spot? Or
They
do
will
travel?
they will move on, but you might be able to catch them. It's worth a try. It's not like you have to have GPS coordinate down to the minute, and second. It's less precise than that.
Plus Hedwig's magical.
Summon a bloodhound.
Space magic. That's how the Jedi
Sniff
do it.
Sniff it, girl. Sniff it.
Basically what I'm getting at.
Find. Because that's like so you have a favor from her, so therefore like, if you're ever in dire need, you can send your owl out with that favor and have it delivered to her, and she'll know that there's a problem or something is
Yeah, or something.
we've been
Yeah.
captured or something like that, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
I'm
if
just.
you have an owl or you have a raven or something coming to her with her favor, she knows something's up.
And and beforehand, as we were still talking, I introduced her to Hedwig and stuff. And
Works free.
okay, yeah, I think we should be on our way, huh?
You're pretty cool for someone that's got horns.
How are you getting along with these satyrs?
I bet he's pretty drunk by now, so probably pretty well.
He's got a high constitution.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm enjoying myself, but I'm leery because it's different. They're different than what I'm used to in the
mountains.
mountains.
Yeah. You're probably more.
I don't know whether to trust them or not, but my passive insight would say that they're probably on the up and up, but I'm still skeptical.
I should see who the Kinku's deities are. They might be more my style.
I used to know. I can Google it.
We can find out too.
I have knowledge.
Yeah.
I have knowledge of their deities, and I know that they're of good alignment. But it's still they're different
Yeah.
from what I'm used to, so therefore, different gives caution. I see a bunch of like horned muscle people freaking dancing around, and I'm over here going, "It's my jam," but
Yeah.
I'll just sit here and drink a little bit.
I'm gonna have to change it because the ones that are lore's written are not the ones I want, because they portray the Kinku as a very evil
Oh.
culture, and that's not what I'm going for.
That's... Yeah,
You
I'm
don't
just.
want, like Bane, and you don't want like the
It's
bad guys.
it's Corlin, deity of trickery, disguise, and thievery, and then Akadi, goddess, it's some sort of sky goddess. That one's fine.
Yeah.
Akadi, as long as she's not an evil sky goddess.
Corlin's not bad as long as there's a balance.
We could go with something from like real mythology, like. But that's a weird sentence. Real mythology, and then just give it a new name.
Tempest.
Yeah, something like that.
Air.
Think of like the Greek or maybe the Viking pantheon or something that proposes that we come to the defense of others. We defend we fight with honor and virtue.
I think Ares is a god of war.
Mars is too, but Mars is a lot more evil in his intentions. Ares, let's go with
I
Ares.
think Ares, yeah.
It doesn't have to be perfect; it just needs to be close.
Yeah, let's head that way. Say we-
Mess with me, I will get my mythological god to kick your mythological god's ass.
Okay. Let's see here.
How's your strength?
Mine's good. I mean, it's a 13, just enough to wield to don the armor that I'm wearing.
Whoa.
My constitution will eventually get higher.
Wow, this is an old note. Locations that the cult will travel through. This is no longer relevant.
Oh no, they might be traveling through right now.
Nah.
Or we're playing in the forest.
Well, they're gone now. They're at Parnast or something like that.
Yeah, but we're still going in that direction.
Back to the exciting things that I made like a month and a half ago that I barely used. Okay. All right, so this part of the journey is going to take longer. You're going to travel more distance, and it's going to be more abbreviated, more like you run into a handful of things in a day, maybe. Fewer friendly folk as you are moving into more of the more remote portions of the forest. Eventually, you will encounter the Kenku, but it's going to take some time. They're not all like neighbors, only a few miles away from each other. Let's have some nature or perception checks. Either are fine.
Nature check of...
Ooh,
Doesn't matter. Nature or
Smirgoff got a
perception?
10.
Nature, what's nature?
23.
Intelligence? Okay, we're doing perception, so 20.
All right. Wow.
I did nature.
Excellent. Okay, the two of you put your heads together. Smirgoff's having an off day. For whatever reason, he's just not as on the up and up as he'd like to be.
Not very perceptive.
And Baum is right alongside you, and he's making sure that we're going in the general right direction, but he's kind of acting like a compass more than like a map. Mm-hmm. So he knows which direction, but he doesn't know the path to take. Does that make sense? So you pass through several different kinds of forest. You go through...
We were eating our spells and stuff like that. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't really, technically rest.
That was the point of the meal, was
okay.
to restore you, and then also, if you want, carry you over to morning. Like, it's safe. You don't have to do anything.
Never mind. While we're traveling, I'm going to be talking with Baum about alchemy stuff. I feel like he knows a decent amount about the nature and like what herbs to get and what, kind of what to look for while you're on a trail or in nature.
Okay. Yeah, he shares with you some of his knowledge of medicinal herbs that he encounters. It's not enough to give you proficiency, but you could tack on a +1 to your medicine if either of you or both of you wants to pay attention.
I do.
So I'm offering it to both of you. If you want to add a +1 to your medicine for free, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll take that.
It might be worth leaving a little note there that it's like from... this is a knowledge-based increment. I'll just write it here on Smirgoff's sheet.
That's fine.
Knowledge. There we go. That way you're not confused. You're like, that doesn't make sense. The math doesn't work out. He's not proficient. And why is he getting a +1? That's odd. So...
Since I already have a +1 in it, would it be a +2?
it'll make it a +2.
Medicine +5.
Nice! You got the best one.
Heck yeah.
I'm a priest.
Yeah, makes sense.
I like it.
I'm a cleric.
Yeah.
Jim.
You go through some very old growth forest, mainly conifers, very tall. The ground is quite clear, and you see good game that's available to you that you can hunt whenever you are hungry, but you feel surprisingly satiated from last night's meal, and you're not really sure when you're going to be hungry again, actually. The day passes with good travel, good progress, and you move from this old growth tall forest into a much more dense but extremely well lit birch forest. These shorter and narrower trees, different kind of game in this forest. You run into things like foxes and raccoons and lots of rabbits and things like this. And it's you're getting kind of a scenic view of the forest as you travel through it. Moving onward again. Still same day.
Some bugbears.
What's that?
Some bugbears.
You find
We should-
some
Take some birch. Take some birch
birch bark.
bark for tea.
Did you know that stuff is what Advil's made of?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pain reliever, natural one.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You do that, make tea.
Smart.
That's something that Bomb could teach you.
Yeah.
I know medicine. I'm a brewer, dang it.
Yeah, I'll take some for sure.
As soon as he said birch, I was like, ooh, we should take some of the bark.
Yeah.
This birch forest continues up onto a ridge and then sort of slowly transforms into a various variety of tree type deciduous forest, and you can see in front of you a very large lake, and it is blocking your way from going straight. We're talking like it could be a mile or two wide, and it's you can see the open sky above now that this lake is here in front of you, and you can see on the far side that there's kind of a rocky hillside. The direction you were going, so you would have to go either left or right, or you'd have to get a boat and go across.
Looks like horse thief.
We've built a raft before.
You have,
We have experience in that. We built a yacht dang near.
yeah.
That is true.
The leak, the
still
leak, the lake is very serene looking. The surface looks like glass. Things look quite beautiful. Can I get a perception or nature check from either of you?
Natural
Oh,
20.
I'm
Wow.
not even worried about it. You got that
So
20.
24.
Wow.
4. 6. 6.
Duthamir, you only pick up on this if Taryn says anything. Let's see how. I keep thinking I'm leaving my dice over there. Smirgoff's got a dirty 20, so he's right alongside you. He's like, yeah, there's something I can't quite put my finger on about this lake. Like something a little unnatural.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is.
Is it enchanted?
And it's kind of difficult to pick up on. So it takes you about 5 minutes or so before all of a sudden it dawns on you.
What are you looking at?
What?
There's something off.
And Sparrow says,
Throw a rock.
Taryn, did you notice something look weird about the trees? And you would notice this.
I see this.
And
What is that?
as you're looking at it, he's a,
What?
look at that tree over. You see that one that's closer to the water?
Yeah.
Why is it missing its leaves?
Why is it bare?
Yeah, look, that other one over there is like that too. Have you ever seen anything like that before?
Around this lake now that we look, or is there?
Yeah, as you look around, you're like, the portions of the forest that are closer to the lake are bare leaved. You're like, this is weird. It's not winter. Like there should be full leaves on these trees.
Mom, do you see this?
Yeah.
I'm glad everyone can see this but me.
Shut up, dwarf.
Look
They're
at
supposed
the
to have leaves?
look at the edge of the water there. Do you see?
Is there
There's
color?
no. Is that dead fish?
Oh god.
Should I drink the water?
God.
Yes.
Do not.
Uh,
Mom, what is going on here?
I've never seen anything like it. I've never been here before.
Are we on the
my-
edge of the lake right now?
You're however far away you want to be. It's easy enough to see this because the area is clear.
Okay.
But his eyes are seeing like, and your sharper elven eyes are seeing like certain
More
parts of the
detail.
shore. There's like washed up dead fish in a couple spots, and then you're noticing that there's not a whole lot of bird activity around here.
Something feel right.
And then you see a splash in the middle of the lake as a bird that was flying over the lake started kind of losing its altitude and then stops moving forward and just plummets right into the water.
Ah,
Can I
this dumb bird.
Can I see what happened to the? Can I see what happened to the bird when it hit the water?
Yeah, nothing happens to it other than it just floats there, but it doesn't move, and it just floats in the water.
I think we need to go around.
I still don't notice anything.
He's like, "What's the problem?
And-
It's just water
It's just water.
Especially
and
with
a
him,
dumb bird."
especially with him not noticing this,
Ah,
I
you see the
definitely,
bird?
definitely
Oh my
think we need to go around.
Goodness.
Unless we
What
went,
an idiot.
unless we went and investigated, like, I don't know if they're dead or asleep or what.
You kind of skirt the edge a little bit as you're sort of figuring out what this is, and you find that there is a squirrel on the ground that is motionless apart from its breathing rapidly, laying on the ground there.
Is this within the dead trees or within like the...
Kind of, sort of on the edge there, sort of towards where the trees have more
How close are we
leaves.
to the water?
About 100 yards.
Where does the where's the grass stop?
It stops at the pebble beach. That's about 25 feet out.
I'm gonna pick up the squirrel and walk it a little further away from the edge and see if it
Okay.
does anything.
You feel the really rapid breathing of this animal, and a very elevated heart rate. Like something's odd here, and you're able to hold on to it for several minutes before it stirs, and then a moment later it opens its eyes and starts looking at you and runs off away.
What in the heck? So anything living within this little vicinity.
And you were within 100 yards of it, and he was breathing rapidly.
Yeah, he's kind of on the edge of where the leaves stopped for the trees.
Probably like 15, 20 feet from the edge. From the leaves.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Is there anything up with the sky? Does the sky look weird at all?
Nope. The sky looks very normal.
In the water, what is the water? Completely still, regular color.
Mm-hmm. Yep, normal color.
I'm gonna
cast. I'm casting resistance on myself.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna step into the.
I was gonna say, do you stay on the edge? I'll go in without resistance, and then you can come save me if something happens, since you have resistance.
I can give you resistance.
Yeah, I know, but I want to see what happens without resistance first.
You want to fail on purpose, or do you
Well-
want to just see if something's amiss?
I want to see if something's amiss, because then if you have resistance, you can come save me.
That's what I was pretty much gonna do, is like cast resistance on myself and then use my insight to feel if anything changes.
Okay.
Because my insight is +7.
Okay. Yeah, try it out.
So I mean, and if I end up feeling a little different and I have to do a saving throw, then resistance will come into effect. But more tthan likely, it's going to be a saving throw against either my wisdom or constitution. If it's against my wisdom, I got +7. If it's against constitution, I'm +2 with a D4.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Okay. My brain is dozing off a little bit.
So I'm going to walk in towards the water.
Okay.
I'm not going to touch the water.
And you're doing
or
the
anything
same?
Like that.
I'm gonna wait.
I don't want to go too far in. I want to go maybe
Just take it step by step. And
a couple steps, and I want to see if I feel different.
You feel normal for most of this venture up towards the water. The closer you get to the pebble beach, the more you feel like you're a bit out of breath. And then once you get into the pebble beach area, you start feeling a little bit lightheaded. Like, this is weird. Like, I feel like I just lifted 200 pounds and I didn't breathe while doing it, that sort of thing. And your footing is getting a little bit shaky.
Okay, so I'm going to do a quick perception check.
Okay.
I want to specifically look at the pebbles and everything around the beach. to see if anything stands out. 10.
No, nothing about the pebbles.
Okay.
No, they look pretty I mean, they are a black black rock that is kind of similar to
Glassy?
I was gonna say like shale a little bit, but then there's also some other rocks that are mixed in there that aren't that same kind of flat type of rock. They're also black.
Okay. I'm going to turn around and walk back.
What?
As I get further towards the party, do I feel that lifting?
Yeah, you feel the lightheadedness and the shaky footing start to leave you.
How is Bomb's expression right now?
He's calm, but he is sitting there thinking about what could be going on. So he doesn't really understand what's happening.
You have no idea what is going on here either.
I'm afraid to say I don't.
This is...
I'm going to try to cover my mouth and nose and lock in a little bit.
Okay.
You die.
No, I'm not gonna ask any death saves.
Save versus death.
No, you get a little ways in and you have the same experience as him. Early signs that you would be suffocating if you were to continue it or stay there for too long.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go further. So covering up didn't help. I'm gonna go back. I wanna figure this out.
I knew you'd enjoy a puzzle like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I thought you would.
So covering the mouth and nose didn't work. I'm gonna try something off the beaten path. I'm gonna plug my ears.
Oh man, I love that and I want it to be the reason, but no, it doesn't change anything.
Okay.
Man, that would be an awesome
Okay.
solution to a problem.
Alright. And same with my eyes. If I close my eyes.
You've been watching sci-fi lately? Oh, because that is right up the sci-fi alley. Like, I want that to be.
I'm just thinking it has to do something with the senses. So I'm trying to.
It's kind of like the senses. Not quite there. The closing your eyes doesn't change anything either. Oh, but I
It's not
really want to applaud you for that, though. Those great ideas. Kind of inspires me to change how this might work for a different party.
Let's see. So it's not senses based, as far as I can tell. Is there anything, if I do a perception, is there anything else that I can notice as I get further in? Like, any kind of clue that can...
Yeah.
That changes with my body, or that changes
There are
with...
clues. I think perception's the best thing, or investigation. Either is probably relevant.
Oof. 10. Let's see.
You know what? I'll ask the dice what the DC should be. I'm not sure on this one. Oops, that was not a result. Okay, we'll say you pass. The dice are in your favor.
Nice.
As you get closer, you notice that there is a column of bubbles coming up in through the water, somewhat out into the lake. And then you look around and you can see some more in different portions. The mostly undisturbed surface of the water makes it really easy to see in there.
Throw a rock at it.
Why is the solution always a rock? You could if you want. I'm not going to stop you.
I'm gonna
I'm going to throw a rocket.
I don't know if you should touch the rocks.
because I'm only halfway right now. Because I feel like once you got close to that water, it was pretty heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at a point to where I can handle it.
Yeah. It doesn't feel good, but you can handle it. You're
Right.
starting to develop a bit of a headache with how much time you're spending here.
Yeah.
Ha! Birch bark.
Right? That's
Yeah,
right.
forget
I didn't see those two getting connected like that.
What if
I like it.
Can I drink some of my soup?
It's cold and not very pleasing.
That's fine. Does it do anything?
Sure, it makes you feel better for 5 minutes.
That'll work. I'll take it. I'll take it. The bubbles. Are they slow bubbling?
No, they're pretty rapid.
Pretty rapid.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard not to think gas, but trying to cover up didn't help.
I mean, is there a smell in the air? Is there any kind of smell?
Nope.
No smell.
Do you want to do a skill check? I can give you a hint if you want.
Yes, I do.
This is by no means a necessary puzzle, but it's a interesting one.
16.
Okay, so you can tell that there's something natural going on here that is
Something
causing
natural?
causing suffocation. Yep, something natural. It has to do with those bubbles rising up out of the water. And chances are, the closer you are to those bubbles, the worse the experience is. And that you might not survive if you were out there. So it's a good thing you didn't make a raft and go out there.
Yeah.
Naturally
And
occurring.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Who
It's weird.
what were your perception checks originally? Were they good? Can't remember. Oh, yours was really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not.
You can see on the far side that the stones that were making up the hill they're rising up to a bit of a peak.
I want to go over there.
You want to go over there?
Yeah.
Could take you like an hour to hike over there.
That's.
And you got to get to the other side anyway.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I think we need to be careful when we get over that
Yeah.
way, just because.
Yeah.
But yeah, going that way would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Naturally occurring.
Yeah. Yeah. The perspective changes a little bit as you're going around the lake. You can see that the bubbles get more dramatic closer to the side with the peak, and less dramatic on the side where you started. So, just to be safe, you kind of decide to take a little bit of a wider berth. More of the forest is dead in these portions, and you occasionally come across dead animals. You find the rotting corpse of a small young bear cub that strayed too far from the mother and did not survive. You find the carcass of a deer that had gone looking for grass and did not make it out. And as you start climbing the ascent towards this peak, and the tree line completely stops, you are going off of intuition based on whether or not you can get any closer. You start to feel a little bit of heat from this peak as you get closer to it. And you see a couple wisps of smoke in a few areas.
So, as we're climbing, is this stone very similar to the stone that was?
Oh, at the beach?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it like magma?
So it's black.
it's black.
Lava.
So.
Getting up towards the top, you're more confident because the air on this side is
Which way is the
it doesn't
wind?
seem to be having the same effect of suffocation. And in fact, now that you're up a little bit higher, you feel a gentle breeze. And you can see those wisps of smoke kind of getting taken off in certain directions. The lake itself was very sheltered from the wind, and so it was still. But up here, there's a gentle breeze that seems to be bringing in fresh air that you're able to breathe. And you get to the summit of it, and you can see, looking down, that there is a very small pool of lava down there.
So it has got to be some kind of a volcano, some kind of volcano. Should be able to smell sulfur though. But sulfur wouldn't do that too.
There's a perception check actually. Sorry.
20.
I ain't perceiving shit.
yeah.
Perception. Oh. 20.
Oh, just a 20. You can see down in the stones that there is an artificial structure. This is like a cone inside of the mouth of the volcano, and so probably 300 feet down, that's where the lava is. But maybe closer to about 100 feet down, there's an artificial archway made out of slabs of black stone.
Guzman, look.
Where?
What is that? Do you see that? The structure down there.
Who would live down
Point to it. I take his head and I'm like, that way.
I like his question of who would live down there. Like there's no other purpose for a structure other than living in it.
Well, it's like, well, I mean, you look at so I know stone. It's like what manner of beast would go down there? and do that?
Looking at this little lake, can I tell if this structure was formed kind of recently?
Stonework?
No, it's probably giving you the opposite feeling.
It's been here for a
Yeah.
while. I said we go down there. Bum, are you down?
I think if we're careful, we could be okay. There's a bit of a path down here.
Smirgov's already walking.
It's like, oh, I'm on it.
See, Smirkov, he's found the path. AI does not know what lava is, and it thinks it's water. I was trying to generate an image, and it's not anything
No
like...
one never time that we kiss hot lava. Free shelf. Oh, that is a freaking... Right there would be a great... roll at disadvantage roll.
Man,
Roll
AI has no idea what it's
20
talking
and
about.
18.
Yeah, I want to go down. In there.
Let's
What
see.
kind of temperatures are we dealing with here? Is it pretty hot as we are at the...
It's feeling hot. Okay, I've got a good image for you guys. I'm going to pop in here. Can you see that?
Is this like Frodo in the Ring hot?
Yeah, I can see.
I mean, it's feeling that way a little bit. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the kind of thing you would see while you're here. There's definitely some orangish yellow sulfur in the ground. By the way, the suffocating gas is carbon dioxide.
Mm-hmm.
I
was going to say methane or something like that.
It was an interesting thing I learned in when we did a brief study on volcanology and in my geology natural science course in college. So what happens is there are fissures in the ground and they collect in water and then it emits out the top, and so it'll kill foliage and animals. And so there are people who have died because they've gotten too close and they didn't know any better.
Interesting.
So it's a common occurrence before a volcano goes off. It can happen even when there's no water around, but it's
Is
particularly
it often
focused
occurrence
around
when
water.
a volcano goes off?
Usually shortly before a volcano is about to erupt, yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, when there's when there's fault, when
No
there's
knowledge.
seismic activity, but you would have no idea, and it's probably not going to happen in your lifetime anyway. Because you're gonna die from something else, I'm sure.
Old age, I hope.
Yeah, old age of 35.
On an adventure.
35. I'm 52.
You're already. You're on borrowed time. Okay, where do I want to go with this? Okay, so you're able to make your way down to the entrance, and it's dark inside. It's very dark. I'm going to see if I have the map I want here.
The magma
I'm
should
gonna-
give us a little bit of light. Liquid magma.
I'm gonna light up a torch too, not only to give us light, but when you spelunk caves, you want fire, because if your fire goes out, that means there's dangerous gases.
Okay. I am game for that.
Just need
If we
this.
need a little bit more light, I can always cast it.
Yeah.
Because it's a cantrip.
There we go. That's the image I
Then we
want.
can get light, and we'd have a torch that would let us know of any gases.
Yeah. I've seen some videos of these guys right at the mouth of this. Just not even. It's like a small cave,
Right.
but it's not menacing looking at all. And they take the torch and they put it in and down, and it just smoke, just gone. Snuffs this torch.
Like, oh, there's
immediately.
no oxygen in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like,
And you wouldn't know until you're too in there too far.
yeah.
People die from that. There we go. That's the image I want. Okay. Bear with me for a second here, because I thought I had this set up, but I think I have it set up for the other campaign.
Good thing is,
I wasn't expecting to drop this in, but it seemed like
cloth
this was fun.
and a nice little.
Upload. Just take a moment here. Move you to the map that I'm generating. We're going to need you to zoom out on the Roll20 map in just a second here, Chris. I think if you... Yeah, there we go. Sweet.
Oh, too far.
Map. Adjust page size.
Holy Lord.
All right. Zoom in all the way in the bottom left. Down here. Pretend you don't see the rest of it.
Let's memorize the rest of it real quick.
Don't make me cover it up.
No.
This one?
Is that still not far enough?
I will
Too bad I
reveal
already
it.
have a committed memory.
I know you do.
I do not.
There you go.
I need to see it again.
Let
One
me
more time.
change the size of the grid real quick.
To the left. Yeah. We gotta go to the right.
Take it back now, yo.
There we go. The squares make sense if you zoom in.
Holy.
Oh, you guys are giants.
Oh, that's as far as I can scroll.
Oh, I'll make it. No, I won't. Too bad. If you can you reach the keyboard, Chris? On the corner.
What do you need?
If you control zoom, you'll go further.
Control zoom.
Yeah, if you control and then scroll, sorry, it'll zoom us in on the browser.
Control zoom. Okay, I got you. Holy. Lord.
That might be a bit far. Is this a fool's errand? Okay, hang on a second. I'm gonna make the square slightly bigger.
Oh, it's not. It's not letting me zoom. Hold on.
Is it not? Okay. That's not really surprising. We're really pushing things
There we
to a
go.
limit.
Hold on.
Okay, we'll call that good.
Okay.
That's pretty dang close. So it's actually a little bit small.
Alright, now I need... Let's just give away the fact that this is
Smirgoff, you
a,
first.
Tomb of the Annihilation map that I never got to use with the other party.
Cool.
So...
Smirgoff, you first.
So you're gonna
Oh yeah, we're sending him in.
expect me to know where everything is.
Shoot anything that moves.
That's a good policy. Walk into an orphanage.
No, no,
Boom!
not me, you idiot.
Shoot nothing, you idiot. Anything that's hostile that moves. What are you doing?
How do I know if it's hostile?
I'm gonna poke him in the back.
That one's hostile.
We're done.
Okay. So, first of all, we are in section 9. Okay, number 9. Come on, guys. Not you, sorry. The author of this book. That's not helpful at all. Okay, there's minecart tracks on the ground.
Okay.
There are 2 separate ones. One of them turns and goes a different direction.
Schmergoff, you go to the right and we'll go straight.
We're not doing that. No. Good try.
Be back in the center. Holler if you see anything.
Okay.
He says, "No, I'm sticking with you."
So there's tracks.
Yeah, yep, minecart tracks, yep.
Cool.
Both
Are there
thing-
minecarts?
both exactly.
Not in the room you're in.
Both exactly similar, or does one look a little more worn? Does one look a little more?
Oh, they're basically the same.
Let's do the one that curves.
Any that have rust on them?
Well, they do now. Both of them do, yeah.
Both of them do. So it looks like it's been abandoned. It's been abandoned for a while.
Let's I want to go down this one.
Or these carts haven't been used. These Helios haven't been used. Schmergoff, get up there.
Yeah.
As you start exploring, you find that there's a couple small chambers in the rock that seem to be naturally cut. These are not
Schmergoff,
part
look for
of the actual passageway that was clearly chiseled. Those 2 points there are natural.
fissures.
You can see that there used to be gemstones that were in the wall that have been harvested. You can see kind of the familiar look of geodes that have been broken and harvested.
Is there any pickaxes nearby?
There's a rusty one leaning up against the wall,
Can I take it and take a couple swings at the wall?
Skyrim style.
Yeah.
Clink, clink, like 5 times and you get a
Lava
gold.
starts entering the room. Run away!
I forgot this was Minecraft. We're on the diamond level. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you could. Practically nothing happens.
Okay.
You're like, this would take a few hours.
That was worth a try.
Yeah.
Blow it up. Okay.
Okay.
Get the TNT or dynamite. That's it.
Let's keep them moving then.
Okay, you find.
I'm gonna keep that pickaxe up.
Yeah, you're welcome to. You find some more
need to-
passages.
Yeah, we need to keep an eye on the. Yeah, if these haven't been worn in a while, just keep an eye just in case someone, you know.
14 on investigation just to keep an eye out.
Well, you want to make sure that they're not
Yeah.
gonna break or trap. I don't know. Are they elevated? Are they just running along the ground?
They're running along the ground, but it's a bit of a downslope to the area that I just revealed to you.
And I'm kind of looking at the structure too, making sure like the structures aren't too like that are keeping this place up aren't too worn and don't look like they're gonna cave.
Well,
How high are the ceilings?
that's interesting because if you go down that way I just revealed to you, you would be able to tell that. Ceiling's about 10 feet tall.
Yeah, we'll keep going. Swing
Um,
first.
Bravely. In front of you, you see a cavern of molten magma, bubbles, and flames. The cavern walls are lined with metal gantries and cranes that support immense crucibles of scorched clay. Huge chains stretch across the cavern, apparently to shuttle multi-ton buckets of ore across the lava. The heat takes your breath away, brings water to your eyes, and bakes your skin. From where you stand, the only obvious way is via a narrow stone trestle built for rail carts. So now I will reveal that. So if you're on this platform that I'm revealing, you'll be able to see all the way down that. You can kind of see some slightly more elevated areas. You can see that. And then there's another trestle as well. Oh, I didn't fully reveal that trestle, sorry. Is it kind of coming together?
Mm-hmm.
So there are 2 trestles,
What's it mean,
which are in sound condition. You hear the sound of rhythmic hammering coming from somewhere beyond the magma rift.
Go rock in the magma.
And is it constant? Like, is it just like a very constant rhythm?
Yeah.
No breaks?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say you could stand there for a few minutes and you could still hear it.
Let's keep moving.
Any voices?
Occasionally you hear something that sounds like a voice.
But too far to tell language?
Oh yeah, there's no way you can tell what it's saying.
I say we move kind of carefully, stealthily.
There's no stealth with me.
Does
So-
the magma? Is there any sounds? Other? I mean, because they probably can't hear much with their clinking. It might mask your
That's
sound a little bit.
True. So this is a dead end here?
It's hard for... Yeah, it is.
So we're-
There you go.
Oh, I can't go any further. Because this isn't a way.
I thought you were pointing to something else. Yeah, no, it's definitely dead end.
So then we should go ahead and just come on back here and
Yeah.
mosey on back. This way.
Find another small area. This one has a traces of little greenish specks in the dirt, which seems to pique your interest.
Oh yeah.
Was there anything down this way at all? If we
No, not just. That's where I envisioned he found the pickaxe. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look at those green specks for sure.
Sure, he knows stone stuff. He might be able to help you with
I
that.
would know to help a little bit.
Give you advantage.
You check it out.
Okay. You could give him advantage.
Yeah.
Oh wait, maybe he has it already.
Well, so my stone cunning is advantage on intelligence history checks when it comes to like origin. I'm considered proficient in history skill and double my proficiency for stone cunning. So, I mean, I don't really get like that
For like telling what it is.
for necessarily telling what it is.
You'd
It'd be
still have
more
a
of
better idea.
Yeah,
Then
I'd have a good idea.
I'm gonna give him assistance.
So
Assisting me. What should we go with?
Probably your investigation. Oh, your intelligence is not very good. Perception maybe.
investigation is kind of what I was
or
thinking.
Insight.
Insight's
Investigation-
fine, I guess.
Insight would be huge, so insight would give me a dirty 20. Investigation would give me a dirty 10.
Your choice.
Insight.
I'll go insight.
Okay. This looks like crude, unreformed, very, very tiny nuggets of adamantine.
Oh yes, please.
This is not enough to harvest and do anything with, the amount that you've found, but there definitely was adamantine here before.
Adamantium.
Look, if we look at the walls and stuff, can we notice anything of like this is what they were harvesting?
Oh.
Probably been mined out. That's why there's just remnants of some dust.
That is a fair assessment, yeah. This
Well,
part's
that's-
been cleaned up.
Let's keep moving then. I want to find that. See if there's any more in here, because that is crazy cool.
Yeah.
You find Doothmer finds a couple dwarvic runes cut into the stone in a few spots, just sort of giving. It's almost like signage, pointing certain directions and saying what's what. You know, if you keep going the way you're going, you're going to find the refinery, and further.
And I know Dwarvish, so I'm the
Further
only one who knows
veins.
Dwarvish, so.
It also says the cranes are this direction. You know, if you keep going the way you're going.
Okay, yeah, I'll just tell. Hey, so this says that this goes here, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here.
Yeah, but we don't know if it's still the dwarf. Yeah.
You still hear the clanking of hammers, but you don't hear any voices where you are. So everything sounds very distant.
Okay.
Let's proceed with caution.
Yes.
Okay.
Half speed.
Okay. Do you want a stealth check?
Sure we can. Hey, double 12.
22.
Nice.
Nice.
Double 12 on my disadvantage.
Okay. What was yours again?
22.
Okay. 22.
Although
All
12
right.
is
So
not-
you're totally certain your stealth. You're probably confident that you're stealth.
I'm so confident that I'm
You may be slightly less stealth than you're confident in being.
That's fair.
I am so
Have you added your confidence modifier of +0?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
I am so confident.
No,
right
he's
now.
stealthy.
I'm stealthy, I'll get it.
You can't hear me. I am part of the stealth.
I have mastered the way of moving so slowly. You can't see me.
I am moving with their with the pickaxe swing, so I'm cheating with their cheat.
That's
Clink,
Yeah, there you go.
clink, clink,
There you go.
clink.
That's pretty clever.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I picked up their rhythm. They will never find me.
I like that. We're gonna keep moving.
Okay. Let's see. We're moving into a different number here. Okay. You're starting to notice a bit of a smoky smell as you're entering into this more open area. Not the good kind of like hickory smoke, but the foul like sulfury smoke. This reek of sulfur assaults your nose, and you're starting to have trouble seeing beyond what I've just revealed. You could turn that way, and it would take you back towards the magma.
So this is like one of the chains that you're talking about. That is like one of the cart thingies that throws a cart to
Yep.
carry the ore across.
Yep. That's right.
I do not want to get in one of those and go over magma because that doesn't feel very nice. I think we should just continue this way.
I kind of want to.
We can come back.
Yeah,
here
I want to
and
check
it
this
out.
real quick.
Oops, that's the wrong tool. This is where the smoke is.
Where's that? Okay. Is there anything in this little area?
Down.
Or adamantium dust. Quit sniffing it. It's gonna weigh you down.
Yeah, as you go down that way, you start to notice that there's been activity in this little, I don't know what you'd call it,
The clothes?
this little vein recently. There's footsteps, but they're very odd-looking footsteps. They're ones you don't recognize.
How big?
Yeah.
Compared to my foot.
Medium feet.
Medium feet.
Yeah.
And not shoed?
Correct. No toes. Or, excuse me, there are toes, and you can see the toes, that's what I meant to say.
Okay, yeah.
Somewhat reptilian looking, actually.
Maybe they know Snapchat.
Snap jaw McGraw.
It's good to be positive like that. Yeah, but
We're
there
friends, I promise.
there was nobody in there. The footsteps continue up towards the rails and then head out.
Okay.
Smirnoff. Go up there and see what's.
And the footsteps go
where that
into the
smoke's
smoke.
coming from.
If I go over here and peer this way, can I see any further?
Let's see where we are on
I
the
think
map.
these
Okay.
are elevated. Am I correct that these are elevated?
Yeah,
That's from
enough
where
that
we
they're
came.
above the lava by a few feet. Yeah. Yep. Several feet. You're getting a better view now, Taryn, of this spot over here. Oh, if I guess you can't see it. Would you pan the map over a ways? Keep going. There's good.
Holy Mackinac! This is huge.
Okay, Trump.
Just like my hands.
Okay. No comment. In fact, as you're peering out that way, you see what a kind of a foreign sight to you over here. you see two moving objects or shapes, or it's weird. You don't know how to describe it. Two little glowing things that are moving, and they are about 3 to 4 feet tall and quite narrow, moving along the path and kind of milling about and then going back and forth different directions.
Get down! Shut up! So we did.
Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs.
I'm gonna explain to Deucemare and Bomb what I just saw.
Okay.
Not Schmirgoff, because he's
You're welcome to use different language if you want. It's kind of weird looking to you. They're glowing, they're orange, and they're moving.
Yeah. So that's basically that's what I'm gonna tell you. They're kind of meandering about and then going back to.
And you could tell that they were humanoid, I guess you could say.
I
Not
could
so
tell.
easily, no.
So how do you know that they're a creature, not just a hot piece of metal?
Because they were moving around, but I don't know what they were. I think we need to be.
Well, it's just one of those things where, like, you know, if like there's a card that's going across there, it's
Yeah.
getting hot because of the metal. If it's moving like that, you know.
Well, let's get a little closer, huh?
Job. Schmirgoff on that.
Smeargrounds are gonna be. We're gonna keep moving forward.
Just getting some ambiance going here.
Oh, Schmirgoff, you're in the darkness.
You are in the light.
Okay. You're moving into the darkness. Okay, so you're actually not going to be able to see because the smoke gets so thick that you can't tell where you're going. Your eyes are forced to close. You think you
If I get on the ground, is it the same?
you can feel that the railroad tracks or the minecart tracks are going up in that direction towards the trestle. So
And
you
the
could
smoke-
probably
the smoke's just as bad if I'm on the ground.
no, it's a little better. You can kind of see, but you're kind of like forced to move based on feel.
You know, I'm totally about it. I'm gonna go.
I'm just sort of wondering
If dwarven resistance to poison works on smoke.
Not at all. I'm just sort of thinking casting gust of wind.
Ooh.
See if I can clear it out.
No.
But if I do that, it's probably there's a good chance that it's going to alert people to us. Or we can go back the way we came and go
How
up
long
the
would
other
it?
shaft.
How long would it take me to crawl closer to where? Because then, if I could crawl and come back, I could tell you you should do better now.
I think we should be very careful with you going and scouting ahead when
Oh,
you
dear.
can't see.
I don't know. I think you could in 2 minutes make it to that trestle.
What's the torch of his doing?
The torch?
Yeah,
I had a torch, yeah.
he had a lit torch.
Oh, I see. I misunderstood the question. It gets dim when it's in the smoke.
Yeah. I'm just gonna drop it here, and I'm gonna crawl. I'm gonna crawl this way.
Okay. You holding your breath?
Yeah.
Uh,
Or no. Yeah.
shit, just take,
Well, I'll.
take some water from a water skin, put it on some cloth.
Yeah. Go.
Okay. Do the whole the dust bowl technique.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That helps. You do feel the urge to cough, but you're able to fight it, and you emerge on the other side on the trestle in a dimly lit area as the molten stone beneath you, the river of it, seems to be emitting some light. That sort of.
You're up here.
Yep, he's on the trestle. Yep. So you're on the minecart tracks right now, and the smoke is now thinner, and you are able to continue as usual here.
Okay.
It just seems like there was a dense cloud of smoke that you just went through for whatever reason.
I'm gonna crawl back. Or, I'm not even gonna crawl back. I'm just gonna
Try
hold
to
my balance.
try to walk back.
Yeah, kind of just try to walk back.
It's a little difficult because you're going based off feel and you almost trip once, but you get back.
Okay. I tell him that it's only a short spur of this heavy smoke. Maybe stay low and cover your mouth. You can make it pretty easy.
Okay. I trust him.
So we're gonna go. We're gonna stay low. Try not to trip. Cover our mouth and walk.
As you get up onto the bridge, you can see those moving shapes again in the same spot, though there are more of them this time. Closer to a dozen of them.
Doesn't.
Yeah.
And can we get any more detail?
Yeah, perception check now would probably be more
So up
effective.
Up here now, is it like an actual bridge where there's two sides to where we can stay down and stay hidden, or is it like flat?
It's the most basic trestle holding up railroad ties and rails.
So we're fully visible.
If you want to crouch, or I mean prone, you could probably hide.
Is this considered underworld?
What are we doing?
No.
Perception?
Good try. Perception, yeah.
20.
I got 16.
Dirty 20.
Oh, it's not bad, but he did better. You can tell there are living creatures that are emitting light and little wisps of smoke. They look almost identical to the magma beneath you.
And you said there's about 12 of them?
Yeah, there's about a
Can
dozen
we
of
see
them.
what they're doing?
Yeah, they're carrying strange-looking tools and moving materials into a basket, which then gets lifted up by a crane and moved across the magma field or a river by the chain. There is a chain over there, and it's moving in. Let's see if I can point. It's moving in this direction. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Are they short? They're short.
Yeah, they're like 3 to 4 feet tall.
Pointy ears. Impish.
Oh no, I see what you're saying. No, they're not. They're not that.
Not
No.
fire imp.
No, that's something else.
I'm gonna keep moving this
We
way.
need to move. I think we need to move slowly.
Though they do have pointy
quietly.
ears, they're not fiends though.
They're not
You can
fiends.
tell. This is something else.
Yeah, I'm gonna move slowly across the bridge.
Slowly, stealth.
Okay. Stealth checks then.
10.
13.
Ooh.
16 to 10.
Okay, you're unnoticed.
I'm
Smirgoff
so
is unnoticed. Bomb is doing well.
I am so hidden. You don't even know.
You bump something and make a bit of a sound, and you see one of them look over it.
Stop.
And as you stop and you hold completely still, the thing kind of gets a little bit closer, like walks a little closer to the edge to look. And then you hear a little jibber jabber of whatever languages they're speaking, and it turns around and goes back to what it was doing. So it heard you, but then decided it was nothing.
Okay.
That's what I would describe as an adjacent failure, because you failed by 1. But I didn't think it was enough to be spotted.
I told you I was hidden.
Did we?
You were hiding from your friends. That's
So
what you were.
we're gonna keep going across this bridge.
Okay, back to the map. Okay, so now you know there are anemones to watch out for. Okay,
They may not. They may
They may super hostile.
not.
yeah, you may not. You may not make them enemies. Okay, basically the path starts winding, and you're hearing more and more talking, starting to get considerably louder. The rails that you're on right now are looking more used than the ones that you started off on.
Are they
Where you
talking in a
started, they
language
were-
in which we know.
I don't think so. They speak something you don't know.
Okay.
Well, I guess you could list off your languages if you want.
I have amethyst on me.
I
Wonder.
know a lot of languages. I'm not like British.
That's a lot of languages. That's at least 2.
Yeah, Bangladesh.
That makes it 3.
I want to keep moving. Yeah, I want to keep going.
Okay.
We need to be very, very observant.
I'm enjoying having the session, but I don't know what to do next, and so I think this might be a good place to pause so that I can be ready for next week.
Are there any?
Because I just sort of pulled this out of a hat tonight, and I'm playing catch up.
So we can have fast escape if they start kicking our ass. We can just jump in, run, freaking push.
Well, I
Indiana Jones style and Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna possibly make a trade or help them out with work. Maybe depending on how hostile they are off the rip.
I really think it would be a good idea to revisit this next week, and I'll have something prepared because you kind of just went through like the back way in, and so they just weren't expecting you, but you're probably about to like either surprise them or be surprised by them. So just so you know.
We're not going to be surprised by them. We hear them. We know that they're here.
We don't know how close.
They don't know that we're here.
Semantics.
We can just be on there and be like, we're here to relieve you guys.
I would like to show you what they look like. I made these a while ago. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Are these
Yeah.
the bird people?
No, they. You won't be meta about this. They're called salamanders.
See, maybe they like shiny things, and maybe
Dude, they have your weapon. Falchions.
not anymore.
Those are pretty falchions.
Average years now.
That's right. Those are pretty falchions.
So what I'll do is I'll just be ready for that next week, and then we'll have fun. Hopefully Austin can make it next week. I don't know what. He must be super busy.
He really is. He really is. The only day he gets off is Saturday. And other than that, he works from 4 a.m. all the way up to like 8 his time.
Yikes! My goodness, why are they doing this to him?
And then he has meetings, and he has his card business on the side. So he's got.
His what business?
He makes trading cards for EDM, the EDM industry.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I didn't know
I
that.
thought you were gonna say like credit card